All right, morning team. Welcome back into Thursday. Nice cool CPI print this morning. Oh, let's close that. There we go. Is that better? There we go again, doubler. Okay, cool CPI print this morning, giving this market a much needed rally back inside. So as always, we're going to start on the daily. All right, starting on the daily, you can see very clear inside bar. Yesterday, big sell. In the afternoon, we had some continuation. Almost made that 800 level. We did get outside this little shelf here into 37. And we've tried to dip outside that this morning and not. So market finding a reaction in here. If we think about the fib of the swing points right now, all right, we found a bid off the 61. We did talk about that yesterday. It's probable if we weren't going to find a bid here, the next levels were here and here. So we've started to find that bid off that 61 fib. Now we can think about where this leg could possibly retrace to. All right. If we're going to create a new bear flag and liquidity, probably into 350s. If we're going to go for the 50%, probably into 500s. Both of those are major confluence areas. All right. Major confluence areas. So let's go in and have a look at that. If we look now into the hourly charts, let's make sure you can see enough of this. All right, if we look in the hourlies, you can see this is the developing profile from the week. All right, it is current week, it's still developing. What we have is some big liquidity created down here yesterday. We've left good excess at that low. All right, so low volume node left underneath previous day point of control into previous day value area low. We are starting to bid back up off this. We are into, or we have gone back above that low volume node right here. Bulls have a chance here. I'm not talking about, I want to be clear, I'm not talking about a pro trend move, but bulls have a chance to do a bigger pullback leg, all right? Because your swing point, right, is from here to here. If we think about this swing point, we are from the 500s down into these sort of 880s, wherever it is. We are already coming into 61 fib. So our ideal location to long is not here, is it? We don't want a long here. This is into a 61 fib, and we have point of control, and we have this thick contested level from the week. All right, maybe this acts as resistance. Maybe we just do this in here. We have to see, because every time we've come into there, we've chopped. If I wanted to be bullish today, where would I want to be bullish? Well, I'd want to leave every bear in the previous day's range, which is down here, trapped. Right, so if I'm going to be a bull today, even for the retracement leg, I will want a pullback to hold previous day value area high. Maybe we don't get the pullback, I don't know, but this is my thesis today, what I'd be looking for. Previous day value area high. I'm going to get rid of this white line. We don't need that anymore. All right, previous day value area high, which lines up with this low volume node at very worst 25,100, 25,090. All right, so pull back somewhere into 25,150, 25,100 ish. You need this to hold. If you're looking for the move back upside, you need this level to hold. So if this level holds, right, and we get back inside previous day's range, it means we're holding the current weekly value, and maybe there's a return back in towards 350. This will be a TP point. All right, so I would be taking a good chunk of my profit off. If it gives me something like this, good chunk of my profit is coming up into that because I expect it to get stuck. They might very well slam it back down from there. If I get lucky and we find acceptance above, then we can think about that trade all the way up to 25,500. And maybe this becomes an add. If there's a break, retest and hold, that becomes an add. If this morning we do a straight drive up, all right, if we do a straight drive up into this, you want to be very careful about thinking about longs, right? If we come up into this, even if we peak over and you start to see a rejection back under that node, do not be surprised to see them slam this back down. This might look like nothing. That's 250 points. You do not want to be the wrong side of some of these moves, okay? They can happen very quick. Why am I saying that? We're thin in here, we're thin in here, we're thin in here. That can reprice very quick if it wants. So just trying to make you aware of that. It might be that we don't do a look above and fail. It might be that we just bang into it and instantly get rejected. I don't really want to take that short. I'm actually more interested in waiting to see how we react down here. It bides me a bit of time to get a feel for the market this morning. letting it build out some volume. All right, letting it build out some volume. If we get back over POC, all right, and we start to hold there, you need to be careful because this is fair value for the last, well, since Sunday open. But if they start to hold this and bid, can't rule out that move here, all right? This move here to use this liquidity, cannot rule that out. Remember, the pro trend right now is down. If we zoom out, the pro trend is down. You have, I mean, what I would call about as clear a channel as you can get. Have we got a channel on here? Pretty sure we've got one somewhere. There it is. All right, about a clearest channel as you can get. All right, that's your channel. We're coming up to the top side. All right, so we want to see if this holds, finds respect. If you do this move, maybe you get that move outside of it. If we just bang into that and they reject the channel, then I'm looking to see if we hold a bid there. If we come, all right, this is very much like yesterday. If we just drift down here without tapping into that and we come into yesterday's range, I don't really want to trade in this, right? I'm really uninterested in trading that. If we reject that, come in, reject that, then maybe I'm interested in playing that rotation. But if we don't do anything, if this is just like a mediocre 61 and we come into here and we start doing this, well, no, thank you. I don't really fancy it. I don't think we're going to do that, but I don't really fancy doing that. Okay, let's have a look at what we did in the Globex session then. And you can see right here. Oh, don't move that. I'm going to need it. We went sideways after protecting the previous day value area. So we tried to break down numerous times yesterday. We did trade that upside in Discord together. We were waiting for that retest up here, which never came to sell back down. So we traded this upside. Globex, we held this level here. All right, this level here held. This is your key level. This is where they've rotated from basically 1 p.m. yesterday all the way into 2 a.m. So they spent about 12 hours, 13 hours in here before finally breaking out. They held the retest in London. We go sideways for a bit into this key level, which is previous day, current week value area low, sorry. CPI comes, call print, upside we go. All right, so it's looking to retest this area right now. Look how big this move is. We don't really want to try and long up here. We're running out of room. We really want this to come back down and offer us a relong up. That'd be the nicest way to get long in this. Okay, moving into lower time frames, we're going to go through ES, the ETFs, gold, VIX, all the good stuff. Okay, I'm going to take this off because I can visually see whereabouts that is without it. All right, ES, same kind of story. You can see it's doing exactly the same thing. So inverted sort of head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, reprice into range. There's your old range. It's trying to find acceptance. We might rotate if we get in here. All right, don't be surprised if we rotate. If they find a reaction here this morning and sell this back down, then you're looking to see if it holds the 800s. If it holds 800s, you're looking at dips. There is a massive gamma level. We're going to go over it on the spiders. All right, 670 is huge. In fact, so big. Let's just make sure we draw that on. All right, huge put wall. Huge put wall. They do not want price under this right now. I'm going to set a price alert as we get close to it as well. If we lose that, it's game over for the market. All right, it's that big. Sorry, just mark this up so I know. Put all. All right, so 670, massive level. Guess what the level is on Qs? You can probably have a pretty good guess. It is 600. All right, cool wall hit, put wall here as well. Sorry, folks, just setting these alerts before I forget. Okay, so let's go back to spiders so you can have a look at the ETFs. All right, we found a bid off that put wall. We're already coming back into this old range. So again, very similar to everything else, right? You've got a channel. It's a very clear channel down, right? You've got a channel. Every time we're coming up, 1, 2, 3, 4 times we're fading it. We're finding dips on the bottom to trade back inside. I would be interested in this mean today. All right, you might be like, well, it's midpoint in the range. It is, but it's more that we've left sellers stuck underneath it. If they hold that, I expect them to try and do something like this today, and that will be the target. This is big supply. We don't want to be long up here. We want to be long from the mean if we're going to play it up into that. Same story on the Qs. All right, it's going to look very, very similar. All right. Interested if we can hold the mean of this channel, if we can get up into this so I can sell some into it and hold runners in case we go. Willing, like I talked, I'm willing to play this back downside if we have a failed breakout, covering some into the mean, but I do not want to get short into yesterday's value near the lows where those shorts are currently stuck. VIX, let's just zoom out of this a minute because these have all moved around. All right, you can see we're still in a range in the VIX, really. We are trying to build. This is kind of dangerous, right? This is the area where I said every time we come down into here, we tend to do these like pretty drastic moves out. That looks like a bit of a swipe. Now we're stuck in between sort of, let's just call it 18s and 16s, really. No acceptance below 16s, and we're sort of coming to the mid part of that. So it's a bit messy, to be honest, on the VIX, which is expected into rollover and OPEX. Do not forget we're in a rollover and OPEX week, all right? Options are going to become more and more key as we get through this week. Let's change these levels. And we can set a price alert on VIX up at 18. And if it starts breaking that VIX upside breakout, then we need to be aware about market starting to roll over if we're going to do that. Let's have a quick look at gold. It still looks like it's in that range for that person that's trading it and asked me last week. Earlier this week, right? You're still developing liquidity in here. All the time you're holding this, you're bullish. The target will be all-time highs, right? All the time it's doing this, it's trying to build it to get to all-time highs. So you're holding dips versus 300, looking for expansion. So it's like TP1, TP2. If you lose 300, it's a problem because it's an inability to break out, and then this liquidity can be used to move down. I'm going to have one really quick look. We need to be aware of this carry trade, which is coming in the next 24, 48 hours. Move starting to do, drifting down. Let me just check, and then we're going to do the mag. I'm running out of time here. Okay, that's pulling back inside. Let's have a quick look at the mag. Held the lows on Apple, gapping up, but inside previous day's range. Amazon relative strength, that's a good drive away. That will give the market some juice. So if Amazon breaks 27s, that's pretty good. Goog, same thing. Gapping up, leaving the bottom side of the range, leaving those shorts who are late trapped. Same thing on Meta, leaving late shorts trapped. Same thing on Microsoft, although it's a little bit more messy, but it's got a liquidity run to do here into 480. So I'll be watching that. But again, gapping up, leaving shorts trapped from earlier in the week. And Nvidia, same thing, shorts trapped down here, back into its range. It needs to reclaim 75, so we can set a price alert here for Nvidia. Bullish reclaim Nvidia, and then Tesla needs to do the same thing. Needs to get back above 81s. All right. We just missed 500. What you don't want to see is this, and then that lose. What you need to see is this hold and a reclaim for it to go again. So overall, mag looks pretty good, but it's all gapping up. So the easiest thing will be if they pull back this morning. That would be the kindest thing for us. If we see a nice early morning pullback, we can hope for it. Like whether we get it or not is another thing. If we bang straight into this, then we have to see if we're going to do a look above and fail, or what kind of thing we're going to do. Does the mag move after hours? Yes, it does, after hours and pre-market. All right, morning everyone. Morning. Market about to open here. All right, you've got 30 seconds left for the market open here. What do you mean, how does the mag move after hours? From people trading it? I don't understand that question. Be very careful. All right, we've developed one of these here this morning. It would not surprise me for a little push fail and a fade back inside. So I definitely don't want to be long where we are now. Even if it starts shoving up, it is not a good location to be long out of. So ideally, they come back down and offer us a dip down into here, but we will see here this morning. We will see. Good luck, everybody. If they're just going to go on a violent rip, it's going to be a little bit hard to get involved. If they just want to go and test that supply, we've lost location to be bullish up here. The RR is not good. Doesn't mean it doesn't go up there. It's just in terms of risk reward, it's poor. It is poor. Here's the shove. So trying to get up to previous day open right now, and the current point of control, like we talked about, and how we act here is going to be key. Are they going to get above and base above, or are bears going to come back in and say, no, 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 down you go? It's a big, big supply area. Yeah, I know CC. I use it on a 30-minute chart, actually, the periodic. But I don't use it on the weeklies and monthlies. Maybe I should. Maybe that would be a good idea. All right, so into and around this point of control, 340s is the level, 330s, 340s. And you're seeing some rejection up here. And an alert on video. So NVIDIA already having that that big cross, already moving back into its old range right now, into towards the 75s, and got rejected from there. So it tried to move back into its bullish range and found a bit of a rejection. If it gets back inside that, it could be strong, but so far no. All of the mag looking good other than Apple. So I'll give you a readout. Tesla 3% up or just under. NVIDIA 1.82% up. Microsoft 0.75% up. Meta 1.92% up. Google 1.79% up. Amazon 2.11% up. Apple 0.08% up, trying to go red to green. We want to be bullish today, but we've lost the location. The location got eaten up in that CPI. So for me, I just have to wait now. I do not want to get long into this weekly point of control where we have found a lot of resistance and it's very, very messy. If we get through it and hold, that's a whole different story. But ideally, they reject this, offer me a really nice juicy dip this morning to play into. SPY coming up to its 5-day, by the way, and ES to its 5-day. SPY coming up to its 5-day and its 20-day. Where's the 20-day on ES? A little bit higher for that mean reversion. VIX getting absolutely dunked on here this morning, dropping under 1650. Let's see if it gets down into those sort of 1580s and 16s. Come on, market, come back in for me. Be really kind. All the way back down here would be really nice. You can watch this New York Open if you're a very aggressive bull. You could watch that New York Open. I'd be very careful about buying up here. Apple's starting to sell now. I really want this market to come back in for me. I'm not looking to short, all right, but it's possible there is a short. Maybe you see something like this offering this, but I'm going to focus on trying to be long down here if it offers it. If it offers it. So far, still holding that New York Open. Nice and patient. Morning, Sloth. All right, here's your New York Open. So they're dipping back into that opening print. NVIDIA not able to get back through 75, so big rejection there. Apple now 0.5% down. There's your New York opening print. And if we start losing this and start putting in a lower high, there's a possible rotation down to here. That's why I didn't want to buy up in this red box. Couldn't have made that clear enough to you. Way too dangerous. I would like to be a bull today, though. Ideally, I'd like to be bullish today. Big reaction on ES into that 5-day. All right, just got smacked at 850. It's already 10 points down off that. So you need to see if and when bulls are willing to come in. We're very, very frothy up into these levels. Do we reprice all of CPI? Mate, into here would be nice. It would be really nice. It might not do it. So be careful watching this New York Open. Hello, darling. Thank you. All right, building out a bit of a shelf here. I'll get some volume on this in a minute. Just let this build out for a minute. Building out a little bit of a shelf here in and around this New York Open. Yes, losing its New York VWAP. Come on, come down, market. Be really kind to me. Come all the way down. Down you come. All right, so for those of you who are looking for a short, you would want to see a lower high and a wash now. You've rejected point of control. What did we say? 330s in Discord. I've missed it by 2 ticks. Okay, so we're starting to see what we talked about in Discord. And if this comes down, it will offer me a dip to be involved in. It's washed an internal low, just that New York opening low. I'd like it to wash a bit more than that. But maybe not. Here's the return back to New York Open here. I've got a little bit of a feeler on just in case. I'd much rather buy much, much lower. Oh, copy is not working. Let's get that on. There we go. Silly Alex, that's a bit useful. Okay, out of this because the copy was not working. Let's see if we can get down into here now. So I'm watching these sort of two. Oh, it's different on here. What is this saying? Have I done that wrong? I've got yesterday's value area high on NinjaTrader at 208. Don't feel like that's correct. What's this low? 88? Well, that's correct. Okay, bit of a difference there. So I'm going to watch 200s, 160s, and 100s to see if they hold. And I'm going to watch to see if they reclaim that New York Open. We have a very clear shelf there. I'll put some volume on. All right, you can see, like I said, very clear shelf here. Shorts will want, bears will want to force a lower high in here and cause that. If they reclaim this, though, they will get caught. I'm going to wait for somewhere down here. Apple in a big sell. Rest of the market looks okay. They just need to see if they can find a bid on the rest of the market right now. Back into this shelf again. Keeps banging into this shelf. The question is, can it get back above 280s? Here we go. So rejection of current value area low. Oh, thank you. Still into this little shelf. Good morning, SFC. Morning, everyone. Smash that like button nice and early, folks. See if they wash this down to previous day value area high. Does anyone have, where have you guys got value area high? I've got it at like 208 on NinjaTrader and 160 on here. It's quite, I don't mind 10, 20 points difference, but 40 plus points is a lot. 40 plus points is far too much. All right, they're going to try and get back into this shelf. There's a big shelf at 280. It's where bears are in control from at the moment. You have it 210, yeah, it's okay. So this one might be wrong. So I have NinjaTrader at 210 as well. So I'm going to double this up, all right, just so that we're aware. It might be that they protect 210. We don't know, but it's worth being aware of. It's worth being aware of. And that is the level. It's a bit like yesterday. Bulls will need to hold previous day's value. All right, so we're starting to see some bears get aggressive here, and they're not getting the move down, the snap that they want. We have some bids on the tape all the way down to 200. Here we go. Right, so maybe let's see now if these bulls want to defend previous day's value. This is where they need to come in if they're going to defend it, folks. It must come in around here if they're going to defend previous day's value. So we'll be looking for bears to get trapped down here and to see a reaction from someone absorbing the tape. If we don't see that, then there is simply no play at this level, and we have to wait for a move all the way down into 100. And if you've been bearish off that rejection from the highs, you're looking pretty good right now, really good. So 95's losing, you might come all the way down to 100s, but if we reclaim 210s or around there, be interesting. Bears flying in here. Apple's the one in the big sell right now, causing major problems. So waiting to see if there's a reaction. No reaction yet, just strong selling. So we had rejection from that red box, back down to previous day's value area high. Waiting to see if bears get trapped down here. Not seeing enough traps yet. Starting to see a bit of absorption here. We haven't taken out that 75 player yet though. Here's previous day value area high. Do they go for a reclaim and a scream? Maybe. Watching this carefully now. We know this is the area. If we were bullish, this is the area that they would want to see them defend. If we don't see them defend this, there's not a lot we can do with it. Still no defending of it. So that 175 player rebidding down there is trying to drag the market down. And they're adding lower. This is dangerous because they're adding lower. They want to drag this market down. Now they're adding at 150 and 137 and 125. They want this market lower right now. Just be careful here, folks. Until we see a strong bid and a strong reaction, I'd be very careful about looking for any move back upside. ES doing much better. Nice reaction off VWAP. Okay, here we go. Let's watch this now into 210s. Do we have excess down there at 85s? A little bit. A little bit. We have a low volume node at 25 right now. And if we start really reclaiming 240, it's off to the races. So let's see. Do bulls have a go here? We're starting to have a go here. All right, here's the low volume node into 25. Can we rebid over this? No is the answer. So still holding that low volume node at 25. They need to rebid over that, the bulls, to have a really good go. They got that door shut in their face at that low volume node, this little node right here. So that's definitely the over-under right now. And 200 is big sell-side delta. All the time they're under all the time we're under 200. Bears are in control. They want to fill this guy at 75. He keeps rebidding down there at 75, trying to drag the market down. And now he's bidding at 62 and 50. So a little concerning that we're going to go all the way down into VWAP here, I would say, because they're trying to use big size as a magnet. ES starting to lose a bid. Apple's still in a sell. And Nvidia got absolutely hammered from that top range. So nothing here, just a backside move. If you took the short here or here for the lower high, like we talked about, congratulations. I am waiting for this long to come in. And it might be that it doesn't come. It's possible. It's possible. But this is the area around here if it's going to come. But I need to see some strength. Still haven't filled this player at 75 who's playing games. He is playing games down there. On the H contract, you will be able to tell by the price on the side. Everyone who asks that, all right, just look at the price. They're very different prices. We rolled over on Tuesday. As soon as the volume rolled over, we rolled over. They're still trying to bid at 75 and 50. A little concerned about a flush coming to fill these guys. I'm not sure we're ready. I don't think we've finished this auction lower yet. Yes, it's weak as well. Very, very weak. Where's the SPY? 76s. We know 75 is a big level. Still waiting here. I'd love to get long. Just waiting to see something to give me some interest. Maybe a reclaim of value. What I don't like is these bids below us. I do not like how they've played. We definitely have some shorts trapped for the first time today. 85 though. Remember, we've got to watch this low volume node. That will act as resistance. All the time they're rejecting that. And they can still shove this down. I don't like these bids underneath. If we can get over 200, we have delta offside. And if we can get over 25, there's a potential squeeze. I'm watching this carefully if these guys actually want to play ball. I can't get up to that low volume even up there right now. VIX is starting to spike back up to 17, so be careful. Come on, market. I'd love to be bullish today. Either swipe lower or get going. Don't just sit here. Nothing I can do here right now. I hate that they're adding liquidity lower. It does not make me think this auction's finished. Point of control right now for this session is 88 now. And everyone is bearish underneath. Right? They keep adding liquidity lower. Again, they fucking doubled up that size underneath. Ugh. Messy start to the day based on what they're doing with the volume. This is where bears got stuck, where we are now, 85 and under. And I'm not convinced right now that we're not going lower. If Mr. 75 and Mr. 150 pissed off, I'd maybe think that we were done, but I don't think we are. Trigger for me would be 110, 125, basing above that probably. We did just leave those bears trapped again into point of control. So 85 is stuck. Here come the bulls. and slammed in their face again. So this 10 and 20s, I'm watching this now to see if we're going to break. Have they actually got any strength here? It can't get over this little low volume node. Can we get over this low volume node and start attacking upside? $75, 175 still on the book down there. He's still not left. I don't like that. He's not walking up. Tricky. Watching these 25s. That's the low volume node. Rejected it again. Rejected 25s again. And that Mr. 175 still there. Big rejection of 25s again. Don't like that. Mr. 175 hasn't walked up. So we've got to get over that low volume node, and we need Mr. 175 to stop being a bit of a prick hanging out down there, because he's trying to attract the market down to him, and he might well get it. Bears are stuck underneath 85, but if we've just rejected low volume node, if this is a lower high, oh, don't do that. This is a lower high, we might very well come and sweep. Oh, you're going to not let me teach now today either, eh? We might very well come and do one of these, which we're starting to see happen. There you go. Fucking hell, mate. This is all because this player at 75. Oh, and now he's left. What a cock. What an absolute cock. I knew he was going to be a dick today. You could see it. Oh, what a bell end. He wants price much lower then, does he? I'm going to let this fucker mess around. Right, he's gone to 160 now. Let's see if he gets himself caught. Still not in. I'm watching to see if we expand through low volume node, then I'll join. Here's low volume node. I've got to see us close up above this now. Starting to join in here. We need to hold price though. We've got to get through this and accelerate. Ball's starting to get trapped here at 36s. Want to see acceleration, moving stop into the money. What a knob that guy at 175 was. There's always some dickhead on the tape early in the morning. Okay, so long from here. Watching VWAP, I've already taken a big chunk of my position off. Really, we want to hold over this, otherwise I'm out. Okay, out here already. And if we rebid this at 210s, I'll be interested in taking it again on a reload. If we lose 210s, I'm not really interested. I know there's a guy playing games on the tape today, so I want to be careful. Until he's done playing his games, I want to be careful. Here's the redip into 110. Now, do they hold this? If they don't hold this, be very, very careful. It's a good dip, good hold so far. There is a bid there at 14s. I don't know, he's come back on at 75. It's iffy, man. It's iffy in here. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to be very honest with you. We should be bidding back off it, but they couldn't get through this low volume node. So bears are in control. We're underneath VWAP. This here is holding us down. I'm flat right now. I wanted to see if we held 10s. We didn't. It's possible they come back down into this and this. Look at them adding at 75 and 60s now. This guy's trying to attract the market down. I need, at this point, I actually want the market to flush everyone out. I think they've built a lot of people in here. It would actually be beneficial if we flush everyone out. Bear flag, yeah, absolutely. That is what it's currently looking like, right? Because they had the opportunity here to dip and hold this and do it. They couldn't do it, so they should come and run these out. But bears are stuck here, right here, into current low, 90 to low, well, 94s into the lows. We have excess, but this guy keeps adding lower, so he wants the market lower. So I can show you, I'm pretty much flat. All right, just a couple trading at the moment together in a little bundle. It might be we come all the way down, which is fine. If you're short, you've looked very good. That failure, this was the short really, and there's value. So let's see. Let's see. And then shorts coming flying in, not getting much of acceptance lower here. We're pretty close to VWAP, same on the ES. Shorts did just come flying in. If we get back above 91, they're all going to be trapped. Is he adding lower again? 62s he's at right now. 62.50s. 75 Gex magnet. Yeah, definitely. I've got the whole thing marked out. It's Battle down here. The bulls are trying to bid off this area. They're trying to hold previous day's value. So this was the interesting. This was the level I had on TradingView, and this is off NinjaTrader. And TradingView level just held. Weird. Weird that there's such a big discrepancy between the two. All right, watching again. I'm looking at the same thing just to see if bears get trapped down here. I'm not going to be aggressive. Just waiting to see if they do. If they do, we can play upside because it means we're not having acceptance into previous day's value. That's all I'm looking for. I'm looking to lean on previous day's value to see if bulls want to hold it and control it. If they're not willing to hold it and control it, then there's no play here, and the next level will be down here. All right, so if bulls want to sort of do something like this, there's a play back upside. If they fail this, this is the next side to check. If we're going to fail that, I don't want to play. This is my no play zone down here today. Don't want to play in yesterday's levels. They're still in control. 62 is still the level right now. They're rebidding 62s. We're pretty close to VWAP on ES. We're under VWAP on spiders, so you've got divergence there. No, don't change that. Thank you. All right, bears getting stuck down there. Still not repriced over this 210s. They're still bidding at 62s. Still can't get over 210. So that's your rotation right now, 62 to 210s. If you get over 210s, your rotation is to 240s. Guys, you keep like, which contract? NQH. Please, guys, please use your eyes. Look at the side. Look at the price. Look at the contracts. Big difference in price. You can see it really easy. Everyone's rolled over now. If you're trading the old contract, you're way behind on volume. Here's the reclaim. Looking to see if we can squeeze. Watching to see if we can close back above 210s and 220s. If we can't do that, there's no play. But if we can close back above, I am interested in it. Watching very carefully with this divergence between ES, SPY, and VWAP. SPY through it, ES not at it yet. Don't like how we built this out, but hey, coming into VWAP here. Yep. Okay, let's go then, baby. Let's go. If we're going to go through it, we've got to go up into it. Yep. Lock some in. Let's see if we can get it. Are you going to offer any more? Into this low volume node again. They've got to hold this node and accelerate. Otherwise, there's no play here. Come on then. If you're going to go, you've got to go. Stop fucking around this morning. Please, market. Beautiful. Go. There's value area high on the session. Let's go. Accelerate. Taking some off here because we're stuttering into the 50s. I want to see acceleration now up to 79.80. That's my next TP. And if we get through that, we get going. Really nice. ES has already done that move. So ES is already into its New York Open. So I'm locking in some profit. If we get back over New York Open, New York session goes red to green. So far, they're defending it. So locked in most in this drive. I keep moving that accidentally. Really nice. They're still holding. Just don't let this come back below 37 now. We've built a little shelf there at 37. Low volume node still down at 25. So we need to hold above this node for bulls. Definitely don't want 220. 220 where I came back in. Don't want to lose 220. Looks good. They're going to try and accelerate here. Little shelf up here. They're trying to accelerate. This is the ES New York Open. They want to accelerate back through it. So what they're attempting to do at the moment is to accelerate through this New York Open. They keep getting stuck here on the ES. It's a big over-under. Here they go. Last attempt. If they can't get through, I'm going to cut the rest. They've got to go, and they've got to go now. You got to go, and you got to go now. Come on, baby. I've only got a little bit left. You got any juice? Yeah, let's go. Let's go. All right, a bit more off there. Big reaction. I'm going to wait now for a reload if we kind of come back down and fill. Only a runner left now. It's getting frothy up here. Big battle here. We should go 80s if they're going to do the same move, but ES is going under, over. It's getting rejected now. Out. So let's see if they rehold this dip now. So this needs to be held as a dip for buyers if we're going to go back upside. All right, that's your sentiment, is this low volume node. Buyers must hold this dip for rotation. We went into value area high on the current session. All right, so no, look below. No acceptance under here. This was previous day's value. I'm going to remove this because this must be wrong. So trading view was right today, the 160s. So we came W shape into previous day's value area high. If we hold this, we should accelerate. This is your TP. And then up here. That's why I wanted to be bullish today on pullbacks. They are desperately trying to accelerate, but they keep getting stuck up here. Once this lets go, there's probably a swipe upside into 80s, but it's a big if, but, and maybe right now. I hate that this buyer is still down at 175 and not jogging price up. Don't like that. What is he doing? Sellers coming flying in here, so back down to this low volume node and view up. Buyers must hold that low volume node and view up, otherwise they will get caught. Watching the cues here. Delta doing, Delta still up. I'm gonna have one more go here. They're holding. You wonder if they need to do a little reflush and then bid it back up at the moment. Getting stuck here at value area high on the day. It might be a rotation here. Yeah, bulls need to defend this. Nothing's changed. Lots of bears coming in here and we're not moving lower. So someone is absorbing this tape up here. But if he gets out of the way, there's a flush. I want this to still accelerate, but just... Let's see. Can they get up to 80s? They're going to have one more go. Tapping on these 65s. They can't get through value on the day right now. That shelf up here holding. Once we get through that, there's probably acceleration. Here we come. Here we come, folks. There's the acceleration. Here we come. Can we get 80s and then a price above 80s? Come on. Give me my fucking TP. Go. Stop fucking around. Sorry for my French. Very close to this blue line. That's my TP, and then I'm runners for up here. Come on. How much are you missing me by, you bastard? Sellers have lifted. We should go. They just lifted. They're re-adding here. Sellers keep adding and then lifting. Come on. Don't make me take more off here. I've got nothing left. Come on. Yes. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Planned out beforehand. Planned out beforehand. Even in Discord, right? Folks in Discord, let's think about what we've just done. All right, what did we talk about this morning? Where was the dip to? What was the pathing? All right, all drawn out. We're looking good. Here was the pathing into previous day value area high. All right, and looking for that move back into 300s. We're close to it now. So locking most in. Really nice way on a Thursday. Nice play, guys. Nice play. Lock most in. You're holding runners now to see if you get acceleration. The one thing I'd be watching in, like, some of these mag are not able to reclaim some of these supply levels. So you want to be careful. Like, for example, 175 on NVIDIA, tapped in it in the morning drive, slapped back down. We're still green, but we might need to build out some more. We might need to build some more. So W's in chat if you got that with me. If you're new, if you're new here, sorry that, like, there's probably a lot to absorb. All I'd say is stick with me for a few sessions, watch all my free videos. It will start to make sense what I'm looking for. You Truly, you need to be here at 9:15 Eastern time in the morning, right? From 9:15 to 9:30, I talk about the trades I'm looking at. I talked about today, I'm not going to take it, but I would like to see price reject here, maybe set a lower high. There's your trend line and a reaction down to previous day value area high. I'm going to look, I've very clearly said, to grab longs either from this area or from this area. Under here, I had a no trade zone, but I was looking for a bullish move back into here. I did tell you guys, if you want to play the short, it's probably going to be from there. I'm not going to take it. It's really important. If you get here pre-market, I literally draw it all out for you. So let's see, you got it. Lots of you getting. Look at this acceleration, really nice. All right, so you're looking. You want to be taking some off if you've got any left into this level of 320. All right, if we get acceptance over this, I'm going to show you higher time frame why this is an important level. All right, if we get an acceptance over value, not just from today, or point of control, sorry, not just from today, but from the week. All right, we need a drive and acceptance over it. Then we can think about this reprice up here into 500. But there is just as much chance they do a peak above and they get slapped down, which is why you must pay yourself. This is a huge volume area from the current week. All right, so you must pay yourself as we come into 300. You did just get it. All right, you just got it. So I would be out 80% of your play now. I'd be out, maybe even more than. Let's see who got it with me. It took some time to let, you know, that buyer was playing games this morning. He was playing games. Project X gone down again. I mean, we talked about it yesterday, last week, a month ago. Put a short out on it. So who got it? Who got it? Who got it? Keeping Safe got it. Jonah got it. Scott got it. The Truth Not Hate got it. Dave Davis got it. One Do 21, Stephen W, John Dennis, Nick, Aviz, Ty, Luca, Mokamad, I'm not sure how to say your name, sorry. Jeff, wish it would show your proper names. 72 Off Sweet, NEC Haley, Ghost Hunter, Dave Davis, Ronald, Roscoe, Sarah, Keeping Safe, Shiz, Fresh Videos, W, I needed that after the last few days. Good to hear it, my guy. Tyson got it, Eddie got it, Luca got it, Jeff got it, Low Hanging Fruit. Oh, I love the name. I love the name. Sigma, bulls make money, bears make money, pigs, well, they get slaughtered. Yeah, never a truer saying. Chris Thorne got it. Jolo, I can go over that in a minute. Boat got it. Sailor got it. That's funny. Boat and Sailor, two different names. Rebby got it. Thanks for joining, my friend. Julian, Otis, DJ Noah. It's not a tick chart. It's a 1 minute chart, buddy. Grey Kitty got it. Lou Riley got it. Mono Peking got it. Aiden got it. Really nice work. All right, so we hit the level we were looking for. So this sort of New York Open. We can still, it's possible they still be bullish, but we can develop a range here now because we know from the current weekly, all right, from the current weekly profile, this is our point of control. This red box I expected on the first test to get rejected. All right, maybe they reject it again. Maybe we base over and hold and then there's a relong. All right, but bulls, the reason, one of you asked, why was I long biased? Why was I long biased? If we zoom out, everything starts from the higher time frame. This is why you need to get here in the mornings. All right, we have already hit a 61 fib to the downside. All right, so we are in deep discount. All right, deep discount. We're on discount based on profile. We're on discount based on fibs. All right, and we are not getting acceptance under this shelf. All right, if bears wanted to do this, they would need to smash us back down. We're not seeing that. We've reclaimed it. We're an inside bar. I expect liquidity to be built out today, and I expect dips to be holding into these key levels. So daily for me was bullish rotation. All right, bullish rotation, not bullish rotation. If we then go to the hourly chart, all right, we talked about what price did yesterday. We have these big nodes, all right? We have at the low, failing to auction lower, all right? We left some nice excess, we repriced, we drove away from. Think about this. Think about if you were short in here, all right? If you are swing short in here, Who's stuck in this market? Swing shorts from down here, all right? Bulls up here are stuck, or bulls in here are stuck, all right? And swing shorts are down here. So we expect price to probably move between these levels and these levels. These are the current rotations, right? And if we find acceptance above, we're going to go between these levels. If we find acceptance below, we're going to go between these levels. But what I know is the person in pain right now is the person who got short thinking the world is going to end, all right? That person is the person in pain. So that is the person I want to abuse this morning. I say that in a light manner, right? In a light manner. That's who I'm going to abuse. Once we reclaim previous day value area high, remember this is previous day's value. This is current week's value. If we are going to hold these levels here, I'm going to expect a rotation either in here or in here if we find acceptance. All right, so that means everyone from here is trapped. So I want to be bullish all the time they're trapped. That's not to say you can't sell this, like I talked about in the morning drive, back down to these levels. But for me, it's more likely that we're going to see something like this. Maybe after the 2-leg, they resell it. Very possible. But it's more likely that we're going to abuse these people at least to start. So that was why I said I was going to leave the short and focus on the long after the short. Plus, if you rewind it, I say, and it's going to buy me some time to see what happens. So the bullish move, I said, I'm not going to take the opening drive into here because the RR is too bad. There's your trend line. There's the liquidity built. This is the level that we were interested in. We can delete that because that is incorrect. So trading view coming up clutch this time. This is the level that we were interested in and this level. So we were interested in 160, 100 and 25K if we had to, but I really didn't want it to get down there. So 160 and 100. Opening drive, right? They all come flying in. They get stuck at current weak point of control and supply. We get boom, boom, boom. All right. Everyone who bought late out the money. Perfect. I'm watching in here and here to see if bears get stuck. We move to this, zoom in, I'll show you what I'm watching. This candle right here, we create excess. All right, so this is the first time I'm like, okay, well, bears are starting to get stuck. And then they try it again here. That's the transition. So I was watching 200, 220. 220 was the key trigger for me, was around here. All right, and once we started to see this, I'm long for the acceleration and then out. All right, so it's the same level. You pair that with the volume profile, right? The same level with the volume profile, 220s. Where was the shelf? Get rid of all this, sorry folks. Where was the shelf? All right, here is the build out of liquidity. You can do this as just gray. Did we have acceptance below this? No, we couldn't close this. This is where those shorts came flying in and got trapped. The moment we start to break this level, especially through here, because they reject it once, and now we've got more shorts piling in again. Once we're going to get through that, we're going to see acceleration. So go back and rewind it. I know once we get through that, it's probably going to be a breakaway to the upside. ES was leading the charge, which helped us as well. All right, so that's why we were looking for that. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Do you have your Bookmap settings anywhere? They're just standard, mate. They're not even different settings. There's no like special settings for them. The only thing I change is the DOM. I want to see the delta and price before I see anything else. So I know like 250 right now is a control zone for bears. How do you see previous day value? You draw it out. Yeah, so your 930 levels. We're getting back into current price in a moment. All right, so you would go from 930 into 4 o'clock, and you would just draw that out and then mark it. I don't know why it shifted, but there we go. There or thereabouts. 178. It was 160 earlier. I've probably drawn it off by a little bit. Probably what happened. But yeah, you just draw it out and then you mark it with your horizontal lines. Go on my YouTube. There is a free video. I think it's called like Volume Profile Mastery or something like that. Go and watch that. All right, so now we're going to get that build out of liquidity like we talked about. All right, so from current weak point of control to here, this is why I was long from here. And they can hold this and look for an acceleration. They can also lose this because now we can build out a huge liquidity day. So I would say that probably the easy money is gone. If they're going to hold this, bulls are going to need to come in here. Think about the W, acceleration, low volume node. Bulls must hold this. And really, you want to see them get back above that. The problem now is how we're building thick levels everywhere. It's going to get harder and harder as we get through this day. Stacked, yeah, I have them, but I have them showing on NinjaTrader. Yeah, I do. I do. Make sure I can see all of this properly. Is the live recorded? Well, it sits on YouTube forever. So yeah, you can come back and watch this anytime. Okay, back down to value area low on the day. So back into this big node. So bulls have not defended that low volume node. That's not a good sign. It's a very bad sign. They had the opportunity to defend it. They haven't. You're going to see rotation, and this looks a little bit weaker now. So back into value area low on the day. This is the last chance saloon, I would say, for bulls to start absorbing price down here and try and make a higher low down here. But the way we are acting today just looks like a rotation. I would not be surprised to see this just develop in a big old fat D-shaped profile for a while until it makes some decisions. So maybe like a look below and fail, and maybe a look above and fail, which we've done twice. It really would not surprise me because the move off CPI has been so big. The move down yesterday was massive. We've repriced it on CPI. We're probably going to go sideways for a bit, especially with OPEX. It wouldn't surprise me. Yes, Indy, absolutely. Could be a rotational day. Yeah, absolutely. And like the easiest way to see that, the easiest way, I would say, the first clue, where's my OBS gone? The first clue, right, when you're thinking, what kind of day are we in? Where are we in versus yesterday? Right, that's your first clue. Yeah, so we're an inside bar. There's clue number one. Probably going to need to develop chop. Clue number two is normally after big moves, we need to develop liquidity. Yeah, because we can't just keep doing this and this. The only time you have that is if there's like a big news event, COVID, for example. If they announce here, oh, we're in global recession, AI's fucked the world. Yeah, sure, we're going to go panic mode. But when it's normal price action, you will see like maybe big days followed by inside days, big days followed by inside days. It's how we build liquidity. Big days followed by inside days. Yeah. Big days, 2 in a row here, followed by an inside bar. It's how we build liquidity. So that's your first clue. Your second clue is the rotation. Your second clue is this. Right? We're in current week profile. We're creating a D shape here. I know it's the wrong way around, but we're creating a D shape here, and we are above yesterday's profile. So it's very possible we can move value up, right? If value was here yesterday, it's possible we move it up. We might move value here, but what did we do last time we were here? Stuck, right? So we know in here is likely to be messy. If we come beneath here, we might come and visit these lows, but I don't really want to trade that down there. Ideally, we talked about earlier, I don't really, for bulls, they need to defend these 100s. I'm not really interested in trading. Not really interested in trading in here, right? And technically, I'd need to see bulls do that. If we don't do that, it's very possible we go from here to POC. I don't want to trade it because of how we've built this. This is I'm trying to think how I can frame this. This is a possible move. This is a possible move. This is a possible move. I don't want to trade this one. That's the one I don't want to trade today. I'd rather miss that trade, stick to my rules, yeah? Doesn't mean it's not valid. For you guys, if you like trading from one side to the other, it might be a really nice move for you, right? Don't let... I'm here to teach you, but I also have to trade how I know I make money. I make money sticking to my rules. I hate playing back inside ranges unless we've had a huge fail breakout, which could argue we've done, but hopefully that helps. Eddie, yeah, I only really are interested in it from the New York session because it's where most of the volume was done. It's where most of the volume was done. Okay, so back into this little ledge, this grey box. We might build rotation in this grey box again for a little minute. Right, we might build in here. Right, there's your value on the day. There's previous day value area low. Can they find acceptance and go back in? And this is, will this act as resistance for bears? All right, or the bulls just reclaim it and we go right back upside in a rotation. So it's going to get messier and messier until they start making some big decisions. But value for the day just held. For me on NinjaTrader, value was down here at 180. So that's your current value area low on the day. So at the moment, they are unable to get back beneath that. Bears remain trapped under 82s right now. All right, that's where the bears have been trapped. So they need to let them out if they're going to look for expansion lower. Because we've been down there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times since the open, and we're not seeing expansion. If they can see expansion, all those bears will be comfortable. Right now, they are trapped underneath 82. What did I say? I probably said it wrong then, Scott. Yeah, whatever I said. If I, excuse me, it's 7:15 in the morning. If I got my tongue tied and I said value area low and meant value area high, then switch them around. Yeah, I mean, higher time frame, we are still technically in a sell, right? Like on the hourlies and stuff. If you think your pivot to pivot on the higher time frame is your pivot high is 500, your pivot low is 880. The question is in those levels we are likely to build out liquidity, right? That's the day I'm anticipating. If we think about the main trend, right? There was your previous pivot, built out liquidity. Pivot, what are we probably going to do? Build out some liquidity. And then they got to decide, do they want to drag it down or are they going to come and test this high? Right, so this is my anticipation today is a build out of liquidity. Hopefully that makes sense. A bit like this, right? How we did this here, very possible we do this here. Because we can't just go down, down, down. Like we talked about, this is your pullback leg. We're coming into key level, 61. So this is 61% of a weekly or a monthly pullback low. This is a 61 retracement into here. So we're probably going to pull back off that and then we're going to build out. I know that looks messy, but hopefully what you guys will understand. If you're new to trading, it might just sound like fucking gobbledygook or something. I don't know what you want to call it. But just stick with it. It will start to make sense, right? They're trying to let these bears out and come for this value, previous day value area high. Is that what it is? It is, yeah. Okay. So this one is incorrect. I thought I deleted that already. Maybe I didn't. $7:15 a.m. I'm in Los Angeles. Yeah, I'm in LA. So got that nice British accent, but I live in LA, so it's very early. All right, so you can see still protecting value area low, still protecting previous day value area high, current day value area low. Bears keep trying to get under 82s. Keep telling you, bears need to get under 82s. They are stuck from here under 82s. If we let them out, maybe they get that little wash, but that's where they're stuck. VWAP starting to sort of catch up. So you can see in here, they keep, this one, there we go. They keep attacking these levels, right? These bears keep attacking in here, all right? They keep trying and trying and trying and trying. That means there is someone passively absorbing it. Doesn't mean it can't come and fill this. It can, but currently there's definitely a limit buyer or a market maker just sitting here absorbing it all. He might let it through and then rebid it. We don't know, but there's definitely someone passively absorbing the tape every time we're coming down into that right now. In fact, I'd go beyond saying it's passive because delta is still going upside, so it's probably beyond passive. It's also aggressive players trying to hammer in here by the looks of it. It's starting to sound like a SoCal accent. Get out of it, JD. No chance. I'm a grumpy man this morning anyway from watching the cricket. FML. If I've got any barmy army here, you know what I'm on about. Jeez. I mean, I could moan about Snicko, but I want to moan more about how bad we have played. It is embarrassing. Okay, looks like they're going to try and let them out here. They're trying to get a new low of day. There's still someone bidding down at 150. That same player, 175, the same guy from this morning. 175, 162, 150 is where he keeps rebidding. Keeps rebidding. Bears keep coming flying in down here. They are not getting their way yet. They are not getting their way yet. Keep reloading, putting more size on the tape down at 150 right now. Yeah, London, East London. Are they going to snap this and are they going to hold? ES coming right into its view up. Spies lost it already. Still not at that 675 gamma for spiders. They're still absorbing it down here, folks. They are non-stop absorbing it down here. Can't stay here forever. Someone's going to get hurt at some point. Those bears just got stuck. They just got stuck. That guy absorbing the tape was like, no fucking way. Back into low volume node. This is where it's going to get a little bit messy. So do they resell low volume node, and do bulls now try and defend 202s? Is the question. The question. So low volume node here. This is the problem now for bears. For bulls is this low volume node. They're going to have to get through it. And so far they're getting rejected in this sort of node. So this is, we can just delete this. And VWAP, so that's also a key level. ES also into VWAP. So we're going to see more build out of liquidity here. But bears definitely got stuck, like I said, under 82s. They kept getting themselves caught. For whatever reason, there is someone absorbing down there. Here goes low volume node. And we might accelerate if we reprice this. So the next level for rotation would be 66s. So bulls have a chance here to do this dance, or just go straight up on a squeeze because they're all stuck. So we did identify correctly these bears being stuck, and they have got themselves in pain. So just like here, their pain point here was up. Their pain point this time was here, and was actually around 95. All right, so they got really stuck down here, and now they're getting squeezed out, and that's why you're getting a big acceleration. We're going to come and check 66s, and then 78s, and then back to the upside again. So you can see the game of trap players, all right? So you can see why I wanted to be bullish today. And these bears, who was it in chat yesterday? Someone asking me about dips. Sorry, I forget who it was in Discord yesterday, saying they were struggling with pullbacks. And I said, use your same analysis, but look for the pullback level in trap players. Well, this was the pullback level. And these were the trap players. I can't remember who said it in Discord, but hopefully that makes sense. But we are in a rotation, all right? So you would be TP here, 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 and then runners. Mo, there was you. There you go. Hopefully that makes... Today's a good example, right? Today's actually a really good example. Hopefully that helps. I look at daily high and lows? Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, here's your New York Open. So if you are long, if you got long in that, Here's your New York Open. Now dips, you really want them to hold. You don't really want them to let go of 66s now. We're going to start to see acceleration. Like all those bears at low of day are absolutely caught. So you want to see acceleration now. So you want all dips to hold. You do not really want to let go of like 65, 66s now. If you're bullish, if they hold that, it is going to be a short covering expedition, and you're going to see a squeeze out here to get long. So continuation highs. And if you get through 300, there's probably a 300 break, and we can look for this move. What's high of day up into like this kind of region. So you want this level here really to hold to do that. Otherwise, we're going to be in a range rotation. You do not want to lose this. If you lose this, you're going right back down into this because we've printed straight up. Or if they lose this, they will print straight down. So they must hold this for continuation now. If you're long, you just want this to hold in front of 66s. Here we go. So let's see if we can get acceleration. Big delta coming in here at 88. If we pop through him, he will be forced to cover. There we go. And we should get up to 300 here. And are they offering above 300? Hopefully they are. Seller just left the tape at 350. So maybe we can keep moving up. Nice, nice, nice. In that 300, that whole number, big level. We're still absorbing here, folks. It still looks good for upside. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Yee. Beauty. All right, so covering some here or selling some here. And let's see if you can get a continuation now outside of this level here. So your next spot is 330, and then we can start really digging in. You never know. You might get 500, but I would be taking 60-70% of your profit off here if you took that last little dip in here to hold that we talked about, and just waiting to see if you can accelerate through 30s. And if you do, there is a chance to come up to 500. There is a chance, but we are back into that sort of 61 fib. So you want to be locking some in. This is the thick contested area. Thank you very much. Make sure you're locking in here. So I'd say next level that they want to hold is 80s. If they dip, they don't want to lose 80s now. All right. If they dip, at the moment they've got no reason to dip. If they dip, they don't want to lose this. All right. So again, if you go and rewind, underneath 82, I think it was, I kept saying bears are getting trapped. There is someone absorbing the tape. The delta was actually positive. So interestingly, and then once these bears got caught, well, they started to cover. We went straight up. The only option to join was to on a hold of this. All right, so your only option to join if you didn't take this break was really here. And now we're starting to pop this last level here, and then we might see acceleration. So through here, we might see acceleration, but you want to be selling. Again, this is your current week point of control. And you can see why I wanted to play dips today. Hopefully that makes sense, why I was more bullish on this market today. Buyers got trapped over 330 there, so I'd be selling some into this. You can reverse off this now. Now we've popped those stops. Yeah, I just sold into this move, mate. So I can show you my last. Haven't traded all of them today because I'm waiting on some payouts to come through and some approvals and some bullshit with funding ticks. Absolute assholes. Yeah, so if you don't know, folks, I haven't publicly said it yet. I'm waiting for them to reply. But funding ticks doing some retrospective rule changes and all sorts of nonsense. So I wouldn't advise trading with them right now. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Looking good. So the top side of this ledge on your current week is 344s, all right? We've got a low volume node over that, and then we maybe trade 377. So your next target would be, oh, it lines up pretty well with that, doesn't it? Would be 377s, which is previous week low. So if you get lucky, you get a runner up into that. Beyond that, we're looking at 500s. It's that simple. I wouldn't bank on it because I'm expecting a rotational day, but you never know. What contract size would I recommend for a 50k account? 2 to 3 micros is all you need to start. 2 to 3 micros, especially in this market. Even if you guys took the breakout of the trap, you're up 127 points. If you took this little pullback here, you're still up 60 points. All right, you don't need size. Oh, mate, CC, it's a joke, isn't it? It's a joke. Honestly, I want to be careful what I say right now. I'm gonna give them a chance to reply to me and reply to some other people that are putting pressure on them. If they don't, then I will talk very publicly about them. But all I would say right now, folks, is unfortunately, I would not advise trading with funded ticks. I have got a video probably going live tomorrow or over the weekend on the 5 prop firms I would advise trading with next week. How much is my stop loss? My stop loss is dependent on structure. It's always dependent on structure, so it's not like a fixed stop loss. I don't really like risking more than 30 plus points, but sometimes, like yesterday, there are a couple times where I was able to risk only 5 or 6 points, which meant I was able to size up. So I forget where it was. Was it here? One of these trades yesterday, I was able to risk like very, very small amount, and I was able to get like 3 or 4 minis on for this acceleration. And then where did we trade into end of debt? Oh, it wasn't here. Sorry, maybe it was here or here. I can't remember. I'll have to get it up on Discord in a minute. But your stop loss should be based on structure, not based on points, because the market doesn't care about how many points. It cares about the structure of the trade. This is looking good now. So we've built out a new micro node here. So I'd say now you want this to hold. All right, you're coming to the top side of this red box, so you want to be locking in a good portion of profit here. You want this to hold and this grey box to hold. You want to be locking in a good chunk here into 50. Above that, you're looking at sort of the 70s. We have got guys offering up into just in front of 400, which is really good. So you might just get a big acceleration here. If you get some acceleration here, you want to be selling into it. If it's like a squeeze, if there's big volume and you see stops getting popped and we accelerate, you want to be selling some into it because we're coming up to that top side of that weekly rotation. Yeah, I've taken multiple payouts with them, 72, but I don't know if you saw, but basically they changed all accounts yesterday where now you have to trade for over 1 minute. You now need over $200 for winning days. They've changed loads of stuff, and not just for new accounts, for all accounts. And so people that have gone for payouts are saying, well, you only have 5 trades of over $150. We just changed the rule to $200. Like, yeah, you changed it today. You didn't change it last week when I had those trades. So when I say selling some, yes, sorry, maybe that's not clear. I would say if I'm going to say about reversal, I'll make that really clear and be like, look, we're looking to short. If I'm saying selling some, it's because we're long bias and we're selling into the push. Yeah, we're not trying to get short. Yeah, so the difference is, funded next. So lots of us reply to funded next. So I have them on text being like, look, this isn't okay. You need to change this. You need to change this. And they're actually pretty good. They'll be like, oh, we didn't think about that. And they normally like act accordingly. Khaled from Funding Ticks, I'll give him a chance, but currently he's gone missing. Let's just say that. So it doesn't look good at the moment. But yeah, let's not talk about props too much. I want to make sure you guys are making money. And ES looking really good. So SPY over its 5-day, 20-day. The next level for SPY to trade into is that gamma level of 680. All right, so we're very, very close. Don't expect it to get over that 680, 682s maybe, but we want to be paying ourselves on an inside day, don't we? This is a big squeeze up. Do not be chasing long up here. You see how we didn't really build structure? It's because they piled in short down here. So I said, like, if they get rushed to cover, well, the first one covers, the second one covers, the third one covers, and then you get all these guys down here, complete panic, and that's why we get a squeeze. And it's going to continue because they're not going to let them out. But what will happen is if too many buyers, right, buyers buy high, they will get caught, and then the dip will happen, and then they'll wash, and then we see if it rebids. But just be careful. Do not be buying right at the high of day right now around this point of control. What we can look for is if we see an acceleration here, and then we come back and hold this because this is our weekly level, then we can look for that rotation to 500. It's possible we can look for that today. The truth not hate speech 7. The flow, that the analysis was impeccable, by the way. Hey, awesome. Thanks, man. IB set. Yeah, IB right here. Yeah, that purple line. And we're starting to accelerate here. I'd say into 400 looking more and more good. So higher time frame, over point of control, over this ledge, into this area. Sort of 98, 400. Through there if you get lucky, straight upside. So you can see why I wanted dips today versus this to come up and to reprice this. I expect the rotation to happen between here today. Right, this will probably be the rotation. If they want to go full bull, then they're going to take out 500. But I'm not thinking about that right now. Structurally, we are still in a downtrend, right? Like we talked about, we're in a massive downtrend. There's the build out, down, build out, and maybe we lose this. Maybe we peak above and come back down. Maybe it's the end and we're coming back way, way higher. But we can deal with that tomorrow, next week. Right now, we're just focused on each level. So here is the 70s and through here is 400s. So it got stuck right there. Previous week low, that little level on your chart. We just had a reaction there. Still think it's got a chance to move higher, but you don't want to be buying high. You want to be managing your position. Yeah, exactly, Coop. Nice, cool. Yeah, that green level, previous week low. Big level. ES coming right up into its 20-day as well. So mean reversion about to be completed on the ES. Where is... Give me a second. Where's our 20-day on the Qs? So 520 is our 20-day and 560 is our 50-day on the Q. So I'm watching that as well. So this level here is a massive level. It's absolutely huge on every time frame. Look at this big seller just stepped on the tape here at 87. He's trying to unload 687 lots up here. So he's at 387.50. He's trying to unload 687 lots. Let's see if we push into him. Let's see if he actually fills or if he lifts. Getting very close to that 20-day and previous week low on ES as well. About to tap it. So you should have locked most of your profits in. Here we go. We're going to drive to 87. Let's see if he's legit. He's still there. He's still there. He's still there. It's big size. He's still there. Let's see if he holds. He's still there. All right. He's a legit seller by the looks of it. Are we going to fill him? You need to be taking profits into this move here. All right. Especially if we squeeze through him. We will stop run and we will pop through if he's legit, which he looks like he is. He's putting a wall up. If we pop through this, it might accelerate and you've got to be locking in. I'd be down to runners at the moment. He lifted. He's moved out the way. He's not legit. He just... I was going to say something rude. He cacked his pants and left. So here's the squeeze through it. So 400's coming up. That seller was not legit. So 400's coming up. Here we go into fours. All right, you should be out majority of your position now. And if you get lucky, you get fives. Now, the only thing we can now look at is a pullback into this previous week or current week point of control for acceleration up here. Again, guys in Discord, this was part of the pathing. All right, think about this. Think about this. We can look at it right here. All right, we're into this move here, acceleration. So the double bottom, acceleration into this. And then the last move is to hold this and get to 500. So we can think about that hold of 300 to 500 now. All right, if they do pull back and they want to hold this and build out liquidity here, we can think about something on a lower time frame which might look like this. That's possible today. Really nice. Alex, why were you interested in longs for today? Is it because we opened above yesterday's lows? It's because we trapped shorts at that lows yesterday. It's because we trapped shorts and then we opened above them. So you've got to think not everyone in the market is a day trader. Lots of people are swing traders. Lots of people like to play the levels at the close. So if we build liquidity at the lows and we open up above it, I want to use them. I'm going to assume they're offside. So 400's here, acting as some resistance. You should be down to like 10% or something right now. Yeah, top of the channel, quite right. We're going to see if this comes back and it holds the sort of 300. The This red box basically needs to turn into blue. All right, something like that. And really, I'd be looking, we can sort of trim this down a bit. I'd actually be looking at sort of 320, something around here. So if they're going to hold it, remember, this is a straight squeeze up, folks. If they want to collapse this, they can. But what we would like to see is a move into here. And in here, you want to see sellers get stuck and then acceleration to 500. If they collapse this and they lose it, then guess what? This will be a look above and fail, and we're going to come back in this rotation. And I don't want to play in here for the rest of the day. So either bulls hold this today or I'm not interested. We've made our money anyway, right? We've got an hour and 20 left together. We will do a giveaway as always. We can do some teachings if the market goes to sleep. It's fine. I'm green and just about tapping my hands together to avoid buying so green. Yeah. Don't let your mind trick you and be like, oh, it's going up, I'm going to buy. Do not do that. All right, do not do that. Shiznaz says, I'm going to head out. I'll probably be a regular. I'm enjoying the commentary. Thank you for a good day. Thank you for joining, bringing positive attitude. Thank you very much. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Coop and Adam seeing it. Yeah, you see the spoofing. He was probably the same guy at the lows today. It's probably exactly the same guy. Jonathan Alvarez. Alex, you're helping 500 plus people here. Thanks. You're welcome, man. Thanks for joining. Ramo says, I'm short NQ 25,333s. 25,333s. As in, if we get back under that, or are you already short? I would say you're the wrong side of this trade at the moment, my friend, because we are now, looks like, potentially can find acceptance over that weekly POC. You've front loaded that. You're offside if you're already in. I don't know if you're saying you're short when you get up back under it, but currently it's not a good play. What volume profile do you use? This is anchored. This is an anchored volume profile to the 930. We're starting to bid over previous week low here. 500s can still be the target. I would like to see this pull back to 300 to interest me at all. Indie Palace is so much better than swing trading on the Nasdaq. Swings can be good, but you've just got to place yourself well. Passed another 50k account. Thanks, Alex. You're welcome, Jonathan. Seriously, great work today. You're welcome, Greg. What is the hit rate of my system? I have about a 68%, 68 to 74% on average. Got about $300 on my Apex evals. Thank you. Nice, Dean. Made 2k on minis. Thank you. Appreciate the guidance. So much technical information to learn. Massive thanks. You're welcome, Short NQ. I have a look around the other streams, but always end up here. Your commentary is next level. Wow, thanks, the dude. Hello, USA, New York here. Thanks. Happy to have found your channel. I have a lot to learn. Welcome. Just stick around, man. Just stick around. It will all start to make sense. What do I think of the 25,400 level? I mean, I wouldn't be playing upside from here, right? I wouldn't be playing upside from here. Think about where we are in the swing leg. Always go back to the higher time frame. Always. For me, I always talk about it. The hourly chart is my God chart, as I call it. Whatever the hourly does is what I want to do, because intraday trading, it's important. Higher time frame. Do we want to be long up here? Think about this here. We've got this little pivot. We know this can act as supply. Not it will, but it can act as supply. I don't want to be long. The best long, I'll be honest, was down here. All right, and then the best long was here. I wasn't up for CPI, so we had to play dips in. We don't want to be a new money long up here. You want to be selling into this push. You don't want to be short because you're not seeing something like this to short right now. So you're either in a trade and managing the position, or you're cash, right? This is something I think newer traders get confused with. You don't need to be in a trade all the time, all right? You need to wait for the trade to come to you. You've got that spoofer back on the tape here at 410. The only trade I would consider now is a lower time frame pull back into here, which I see absorb, and I want to see shorts come flying in here, and I want to see a passive buyer absorbing the tape, soaking against these levels for a rotation to 500. If I don't see that, if we just come flying in here and there's no absorption, then I'm going to assume we're going to go back into this range, right? And I'm going to leave this alone. This would be a look above and fail, and I'm going to leave that alone, all right? I'm not going to, that's it. You would have heard, if you go back to the beginning of the tape this morning, you would have heard me say, I'm going to focus on the longs. Oh, I've just put you on the wrong chart, haven't I? Here we go. All right, I'm going to wait for this. And in here, I better see sellers trapped. Otherwise, I'm not playing it. Because if we just go straight away back down and reject this, we're going to go back into range rotation. And I'm not going to play in here. Like I said this morning, my trade I'm looking for is longs. Longs. All right, I'm focused on that trade. I'm not focused on shorts up here. I wasn't focused on the short here, even though I said it would probably play out. I home in on where my edge is. My edge now is being flat. That's my edge. Because if I'm in a trade now, if I'm short now, I'm short without structure. If I'm long now, I'm chasing. So my edge now, flat. Wait. Wait. Let it come in. Let it prove to me, okay, it's ready. If it doesn't get to my level, I haven't really missed anything, right? If this... Let's say, or you could say, you could argue, hey, you should have added more size, all right? Partial, partial, partial out. If it doesn't come into my level and this keeps squeezing, I don't feel like I've missed anything. My trade's happened, all right? This trade's happened. I don't feel like I'm missing this because if I take a long here and that works, that's chasing. I'm not missing it. I'm not missing anything. Yeah, so let the trade come in. Adam, do I think we've flipped to a long bias? No. No, not yet. Potentially, you know, the lows yesterday and what we've reclaimed today, right? Potentially we've come into that higher time frame level that we talked about in the newsletter that we said bulls will probably want to defend. But if you look at the daily chart and you look at the hourly chart, they are not yet both bullish. Now, if we start getting above 500, closing above 500, holding bullish sentiment above 500, we can talk about that, maybe. Can I chart BTC? Yep. On what kind of time frame are you looking at it? Right, you're in a cell. It's as simple as that. I've set, like, you're in a cell. All right, that's your level. You're building out liquidity right now. You've got a look above and fail up here. You've got volume trapped from here. Right, even if we want to do profile of, let's just say from this top side, right, they're all stuck from here. And if we do even a bigger profile, let's do from the whole year. Where's January? Or we can do from this pivot. All right, you're at the low end of this profile. All right, this is your yearly profile. If you cannot find acceptance back inside of 96, if you keep rejecting this area, all right, it means everyone from this year is offside and you are going to search for lower prices until you find a balance. It might be that you find a balance in here, but right now, bears are in absolute control. If you see acceptance back in here and it builds, yeah, maybe you come back into 110,000. But until you find that acceptance, I'd be very concerned about trying to find a bid in this market, because if they've deemed these prices are too expensive, the only thing left to do is to look for balance. And it looks like the last balance range was in here, right? Like, really simple, right? So if we can't find acceptance on BTC back inside of here, we are going to search back down into this range, right? Because this is the last area that we found balance in, okay? So if we can't find acceptance back inside of here, we will search down into that. I don't care what the news says, what the whales say, what anything. This is what we're going to do. We're either going to find acceptance and do this, or we're going to not find acceptance and do this. What we're not going to do is fuck around in here. So don't be the, I'm not suggesting you are, but don't be the retail guy getting stuck because you've read some news article. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Just trade the chart in front of you. Like I always say, you got to trade what's in front of you, not what you hope, you think. You got to trade what's actually happening in front of you. When can you confirm buyers and sellers are trapped? Do you wait until the pullback pull back above below where the trap play. Yeah, so what I do is I'll look for a level, like this is holding pretty well, this little low volume node, but it's still too high for me, right? So I'll look for a level, like this is the weekly POC, right? So I want to see if we can find acceptance like anywhere here or even down here. And then when I'm looking at this, what I'm looking for is like what we saw here to happen here. So I'm looking for strong selling to come in and be absorbed. So let's say we come all the way down into 300, right? Which we can see we've got an old imbalance down here, right? Right now, under 300, we've got these sellers stuck. It's going to not let me draw. We've got sellers stuck down here. If we see like a strong red candle, right, and I see buyers absorbing, and this is all sell side delta, and we start to trap them under here, then we can use their pain. It's all about using their pain. That's all the market is ever about. It's about using someone's pain. If I don't see that, then I won't trade it. Which prop firm do I think is worth joining these days? I've got a video about to launch on this probably tonight or tomorrow. I'd say my top 5 prop firms in no specific order. Lucid, Flex account, Lucid, Tradeify, that new account where you can choose daily payouts or payouts every 5 days. Funded Next, Apex, TPT, in no specific order. Those are your top 5. That's who I would be trading with next year. Those are where you are going to get regular payouts without too many rules. I mean, 2 micros still from last night at 25,000. Should I ride this whole day out? I would have a stop point in mind, my friend. So, you know, that's an amazing trade. I would say I would not want this to come back below 260. And that means you're going to give back another 100 points, right? So I would sell 1 micro now. If you haven't sold one, I would be taking 1 off now. I would be looking for a break of 500 to take the next one off. And I would not want this to come back under here. All right. So if you're basically swing long, you don't want it back under here. Ideally, you want it to hold this, but I would have already sold 1 into this move. And maybe you get this if you get lucky. I think Funded Next, if you're a beginner, is the best. I think Funded Next and Lucid, both the same, and the new Tradeify, they're all the same. They're basically offering the same service. Funded Next is really good if you're a beginner because it's a one-time fee. You can take as long as you want to pass. Lucid as well, Flex accounts and Lucid. What is the indicator on the individual candles? Yeah, it's footprint. It is footprint. Hi, Alex. Other than you, what would you recommend material, books or otherwise? What are you... I can recommend lots of stuff, but what are you looking to learn? Is it psychology stuff? Is it technical analysis stuff? You tell me what you want to learn, and I'll tell you who I think is a good trader and mentor for you. No, I would not recommend Top Step ever. I've never tried My Funded Futures. I haven't tried them, but maybe I will. I definitely don't look like Andrew Tate. Do I look bald? Mac, I'm on Funded Ticks. Yeah, I'm not happy with them right now. How do I see the upside target of 500? It's the pivot, right? If you look at the hourly, where did we come from? Where did we go? Where do we come from? Cotton Eye Joe. This right here. That's your pivot. All right. So we're just runners up into that. We might not get there. Right. It's why we were long for this move. We might not get there. But that's your upside target because that's the pivot. We get through that. If we get through that, only 2 things happen. Fail breakout and back into range, or break and hold and a squeeze. I would doubt we are going to do the break and hold and squeeze only because, well, if we get there in the next couple hours, we are basically doing a straight slingshot off the lows, and trying to hold that is very hard. It's more likely that we need to build this right over the next couple of days, but we can deal with that tomorrow and Monday. We don't need to deal with that right now. What footprint do I search for? it's in your candles. All right, up here. See where it says candles? Is that on your chart? Can you see that? I'm just waiting for my stream to catch up. Yeah. In here, down to here, footprint, volume footprint. I'll do a video on how I set it up, but yeah, you need the pro accounts. We're still holding this low volume node here. They are, let me just zoom in on this because I've been teaching you. Have we trapped any shorts down here? We have trapped under 65 and 71. So all the time you're holding 71 now. If they bid over 71, they might re-squeeze this, but you've got sell-side imbalance that we're banging into. For me, we haven't dipped enough. It's very possible that they do a continuation here. They definitely trapped some at 71 and 65. So if you are long, you look good. I would just basically say you don't want it back under 70. So we're going to test this guy right now into 71. They want to hold him. If they don't hold him, then they're going to test 65. So this is the level where bulls need to hold. Otherwise, bears in this last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 30 minutes would be left out. Or let out, sorry. So we just tapped into Mr. 71. We're building delta there. Where's 71 on the tape? Yeah, so you can see 71 as 102, 68, 63, all around that level. But we keep filling these sell-side imbalances into 85. So your range right now is 70 to 85. That's it. I need this to come deeper for me to be interested. I don't want to bid around here. But if you're still managing your position, it's okay for now. It's starting to lose it now. So back into these 60s. Now maybe the flush back down. It's starting to build into this low volume node that we put in. We have to see how we act when we get into there. Still holding that low volume node. Still acting as support. They're going to try and sell through it here. Just watching. There's a bit of a dance on the tape starting to develop. I'm still waiting for this to dip down and come lower. It might be that they don't come lower and they don't let me rejoin, and that's also okay. Low volume node, low volume node, low volume node. They're trying over and over again. Here they come. So let's see. Can we get nice and deep? So I'd be watching 50s and I'll be watching 27. Sellers got stuck there into that low volume node again. Big reaction instantly. ES back under its 20-day SPY took out previous day high as well. So we want to be aware of that. Low hanging fruit has been taken on the spiders as well. Bro, how we get free order flow platform? Well, you get order flow on NinjaTrader and Tradeify if you're with a. There's a video on my YouTube. Just go onto it. It was only posted like a couple of weeks ago. How to set it up. You get free order flow if you're trading with any of the platforms like Apex, TPT, Lucid. They all have free order flow with Tradeify and NinjaTrader now. You just got to know how to set it up. How many rows on profile volume? You either need to do 1,000 rows or 2 ticks, in my mind. Which copier would I recommend right now? Probably Affordable Indicators is the best copier out there. It's a one-time fee, no monthly bullshit. Is level 2 data significant in your trading style? Yeah. It should be. Like, once you learn to read the tape, it's important. Otherwise, it's fine when you start to trade, like to learn to see structure in candles. You're starting to see a little bit of absorption here into that low volume node. But really, what really matters is what's happening inside of those candles. They're banging on this node here. So this is the battle. This is the rotation. Sellers are trying to sell against. Can you let me draw it today? Sellers are trying to sell against this. Buyers want to buy dips underneath this right now. In fact, this can really, we see, it can come all the way down if it wants to, which would be nice. Would be a better dip. Never used Lilu. Can't comment. Can only comment on people I've used. How do you get order flow on TradingView? You'll need to have a pro account, I think it is. Sellers just tried again under 60, getting caught again under 60. Look at this guy reloading 500 lots at 380s. I wonder if he moves. Is this the spoofer? So we've got 500 lot at 380, 600 lot at 410s right now. Why do I feel like he's a spoofer? No, I don't think this is a short right now. For me, like, even if, okay, maybe it washes down into here, but look at the print. Look what we're doing. Like, I think you need to, if you're adamant on a short, you need to see it let go of big structure. You're not seeing this. For me, this is just a back test of where we've broken out from. So I'd be like somewhat concerned trying to take the short. Shorts have got trapped all day. Like, is the location good? It's not bad. Is the momentum good? I don't think so. I think this is more likely to trap shorts to move higher until we get back inside current, at least current day's value. We're above initial balance. We're above previous day high. We're above VWAP. We're above point of control on the current week. For me, it's not a location you want to be short at. We're above current point of control on the current week, on the developing profile. We're watching this 380 guy. I want to see if he lifts. I'll give you a link in a minute. Just let me watch this tape for a minute, guys. Sorry. If we get back through there, there is a squeeze. Let's thicken this up because they've made it like this. I think there's a squeeze if they get back through. I really want to buy a dip down into here, but I just don't know if we're going to be able to do it at the moment. Small liquidity feels like it's kind of gone to sleep a bit here. You just got the big players, and that's kind of it. Yeah, everyone's left. What's going on? Where were the last big sellers? 929s? Was that 28s? 28s, 29s. You can see we keep holding this low volume node. And what's interesting is this big seller, these two big sellers, are not actually walking down. If they're adamant on selling, they should be walking down, and they're not. Here comes the building works outside. Sorry about that, folks. Value area high on the day is all the way down at 21. We've got some offside sellers at 310 and 339 and 343. Still want a bit more of a flush here to perk my interest to get long into. Not seeing it yet. Yeah, everyone just left. It's really weird. They're starting to come back on the tape a bit now. Very odd. Okay, here we go. So they're going to drive lower into these levels. Come on then. Let's come and test it. And if we don't see absorption and sellers get stuck, then there's no trade, right? If they don't absorb, there's no trade. So 350 check. Where were those sellers? 346, 343, 340. Starting to see it. That. Does she have a good walk? Okay, perfect. All right, thank you. Nah. All right, they just trapped. Here's the 80 test. I don't know. I'd like them to come there. I'm not convinced they're gonna go there at the moment, mate. I would love them to come down there. I'll be honest with you, but We're holding this little low volume node. This can be a bit of a shelf. I'm waiting to see what we do here. So like, are we going to do this, or are we going to do this and come right down and give us like a really good discount to bid back up off? I'm not convinced here. And this seller just left at 380 now. He just left the building. So here we go. Let's see if we go 390, 400. They're juggling around here. See this seller just playing games? They're trying to rebid this up now. We'll see. I don't see why they're stuttering. He's gone. He's gone. You bulls should be putting your foot down. There we go. Right, so next level, really, they're looking to sell with size as 410s. Liquidity's just left the building again. What is going on here? There's no news due. Just zoom this out. There. All right, so 380, big seller, left. But we're seeing a little bit of absorption there. I think we're going to squeeze now. We should squeeze now at this point. It's a bit tricky. They've made it tricky. Here we go. So 400, 410s. I wouldn't be surprised if 410s lifts as well. SPY about to break out upside as well. Watch SPY, previous day high. We've already poked through it. If we start to bid above, it's going to get squeezy. Here we go. Right, so they held this low volume now. So now really all bulls need to do is defend this shelf and we should go. Big if but that's it. Yeah, I had a feeling we weren't going to make it down there, Mo. If you just look on the tape, like the selling into this low volume shelf kept getting absorbed. So that's selling at sort of 65 to 55. You'll see it. Right here. They kept absorbing it. So there was a passive, and these guys were stuck. So there was a passive buyer stepping in here. And then once 380 left, that was it. There was no one to hold it down. So here we go. So 410s now is where the liquidity is. They keep adding up at 410s, big level at 410s. And then through that, really, 430s on the tape, but really potentially all the way up to 500. But we'll see. They can fail breakout this. Remember, they can fail breakout this. No worries, Mo. So SPY needs to get above previous day high. It needs to hold a bid above previous day high. Every time it comes into it, it's being sold. Remember that 680 big gamma level. So every time it's coming into it, currently, it's being sold at that level. So this can be look above and fail if they can't get back through it on the spiders I'm talking about. Did ES make a new high? No, failed to make a new high so far. So this dip into this grey box needs to hold for bulls. Otherwise, no more upside, I would say. So they got to hold this dip into this grey box for bulls. Otherwise, no more upside. Definitely a few buyers got caught at 92s. They're going to have to accelerate through that to let them out. They're looking for 410s. Here they go. They're trying. They're looking for 400 410s. SPY back over. We're going to go now. Come on. You got to let these buyers out. You can't keep fucking around. If you're going to go, you got to put your foot down. Messing about, these players. I bet you 410 lifts as well. Bet you he lifts. Accelerate. Come on. Where's the liquidity? Go. Who's here? Hello. They all gone to sleep. Hello. What are you doing? Can you get some size on the book? No one's come to play all of a sudden. It's really weird. Since we've got up here, everyone's got scared. Yeah, really slow. It's so weird. It's so weird. Like the book's just stopped. Like that player at 400 left, and then no one's come on. I'm like literally watching the book, and it's still. There's a guy flashing at 1875 now, so he's trying to get a pullback to 1875, and he's moving down. Ugh, what is going on here? That grey box is your over under now for bulls. As long as you hold above that grey box, potential squeeze for high of day. If you lose that grey box, I would not touch it. You'd be buying very high if you're buying here, but they did trap the sellers into the little blue box below, which was that low volume node. That's where the sellers got caught. Here they come. They're going to try now. Some big players coming on. Might be a bit of absorption here, you know. So buyers have tried over 90, 1, 2, 3, 4 times with aggression and not got their move. They need to get their move and they need to get it soon. It's not lunchtime. It's got an hour left to lunchtime, my friend. We will get a liquidity injection. It's just a matter of time. Here we go. Here we go. Tapping fours. Buyers come back in at 75 again. So 300 lot trying to support the bid at 75 and 80s. Sellers at 410. That's your rotation at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if you do break high of day to see 410 pull. Maybe they check the fundamentals. You never know. I mean, my feeling is we're going to drive higher for them to resell it, JD. Not necessarily now, but just in general. Carry trade, what's the date? 18th tonight, right? Between tonight and tomorrow. I think I wonder if that all got priced in though. Everyone's so concerned about it, including myself. But we'll see. What's going to be interesting is, do they start selling US assets, and does that cause a liquidity problem where we get a cascade, or have we started pricing that in already? It's trying. It's desperately trying it. It's desperately trying it. I think you're going to get it. I think you're going to get it. Here you go. Here you go. They're coming now. They're coming now. Let's see if this guy at 410 is real. I'm going to bet he's not. I'm going to bet he pulls. Could be wrong. But I don't think he's real. Every time we've seen that size today, he's left. So a few people front running him because they're worried because it's massive size. And look at the bid at 375. He just left. Oh, he's real. Oh, he's real. Oh, he's real. We're filling him. Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay, big seller. He's legit. Let's see. Oh, he's real. That's a wall up there. You get through him, you've got a little bit of a blue sky scenario, but that is a legit seller up there trying to unload, and he's adding to it. Here we go, retesting him, filling a little bit of him, filling some more of him. He keeps reloading. Oh, he's gone. Did they fill it all there? Yes, they did. They filled him. Okay, so be careful here. You need to get back above 410 because you have 565 lot buy side on the market filled there. Okay, so if you don't hold a bid above that now, that will be a pain point for those buyers. But you look good for that rise up into 430 all the time they can hold above. At the moment, it's that dance. He was legit. Thanks, done for the day. Another WC tomorrow. Nice work, Grey Kitty. Great name. Great name. All right, that 410 seller coming in. So buyers are currently stuck up there at 410. All right, that was a 560 odd lot. We can have a look at it on the book. I can zoom you in so you can see what I'm looking at. You better have taken profits into that. Okay, this participant right here, 652 lot. All right, we sold into him. He's the pain point right now. So bulls, the big bull, I would say is stuck here. All right, and definitely stuck top side of that. And if we move to the delta, you can see it here, like a sore thumb, 410, 564 lot buy side. All right, huge. Look at the volume. Look at the spike. All right, until you get above that, everyone who got bullish up there, as in all 564 of them and the 161 lot below, are all stuck. All right, they are stuck now. So it might be that that is the end of the auction. We will see, but I would be probably done with this at this point. No, not sell. Like, well, take your profits now, but not short sell now. Not short sell now. I wouldn't be short selling against like into this yet. I would, for me, we would need to leave this, and you still have this here. All right, so maybe if you're looking for a return back into just here, or you're looking if we leave that and a return into here, but technically We're not going to go on a short rotation until we get under all of this. So this is just a pullback intraday, right? Intraday. But yes, if I was long from this dip, I would be selling into that move. Hopefully that makes sense. Like, it's hard for me, but when you say sell now, let me know what you mean. Do you mean, are you short selling now? And I also, like, I need to understand what type of trade you're looking for. If you're looking for a scalp back into support, sure. If you're looking for an actual breakdown of structure, no. Really? Fucking hell. That is the hedge against tonight. This, let me just check the daily as well. Did we break out that level? Yeah, we're breaking out that level. All right, so it's going for the all-time highs. Remember, we've been talking about this on GC. Holds above here. We're building that liquidity to go for highs. This move here is the JP hedge. All right, this is them coming out of US stocks and going back into GC again. That is all about tonight and tomorrow. Absolutely. What a flipping move. You're right, though. That's why it went quiet. Everyone was like, okay, long GC, long GC. Wow. Good eyes there, Peter. Thank you, mate. I wouldn't have seen that. Good eyes. Got you, Joe. Okay, cool. Good to know. Good to know. So this grey box is where the volume was created. All I'd say is, look, all the time we're holding this, bulls still have a chance, but like we've talked about, late bulls are currently stuck up here, all right? Late bulls with big size are stuck up here. This is the rotation where we built and broke out from. If you lose this is what's going to be really hard now if you're looking for short. If you lose this, you have IB high, value area high, current weak profile, point of control. So it's very likely that they find a bid here. We don't go back into rotational short until you lose that, right? That's what's going to be hard about looking for shorts today, all right? Until you lose this, right? And then maybe you reprice this whole thing, but I'm on the downside, minus 700. Any recommended scalp trades? For me, the setup is still bullish, but we know we've got players stuck. See, that grey box held again. This is what I'm saying about the most you're going to get is a scalp down to here until we let go of it. So, you know, you can only play what's in front of you. Like, you've got to ignore what you're up or you're down. Try and take that out of your trading equation. All that actually matters is the volume, the price, the setup in front of you. Nothing else actually matters. They've caught shorts there again. Right, these guys are offside. Traded back into this guy, this guy, this guy. Caught a bid. That's the grey box. And the big bull guy is stuck up here. If we get back over him, he's going to be very comfortable with all that size. I'm going to use the bathroom here, folks. I will be right back. still building out here, still above the grey box. And he's still trying to come and test up that player we had on Bookmap. All these guys were stuck from 405 to 410. I don't know if you guys are I can't tell because you're writing it. Like if you guys are serious or not. Any comments on Top Step? I mean, my comment's been the same as it has for a long time. Don't trade with them. Simple as that. Yeah, live every day, Monday to Friday, 9:15 Eastern. We start. How much I'm up or down dictates my risk size, how choosy I am. If I'm down, my risk size. If I'm up, or stay until I see a. Well, that makes sense. In fairness, Joe, that does make sense. Your risk. That does make sense. Aggressive when you're trading well and you've built a buffer. That does make sense. Do I use a separate feed for Bookmap that shows level 2? Well, I use their data feed. I pay for it. For the education question, I have a good base knowledge of tech analysis, but it seems like I need to learn more about auction theory. Horses for courses. For me, yeah. Oh my God, we're into a problem again, are we? Mr. Error has come back. When did that start? It's completely out of the blue. Oh, fuck, mate. What the F? What the fudge? I'll do that update after today. I don't think I'm going to take another trade now anyway. That's pretty annoying. It's been running really nice all morning. What is the rainbow chart on the top right of your screen? This is part of the Flowzone Pro. All right, so just a quick reference tells you sentiment. Right now, higher time frames trying to move higher, lower time frames trying to move higher. Alignment is for upside moves. So if you're trying to play a bearish move, you're fighting against that until it flips. Alex, I'm on ES. I'm looking for the test of IB. If it holds, then the long back up for a scalp. Sounds like a good plan. Where's your IB? Yeah, you've got a bit of structure below. So your IB is at 55s. So I'd say 55s to 48. So you've got 5-day moving average, initial balance, New York VWAP, and your pivot from your sort of 10 a.m. high and morning drive high. So that whole area needs to hold and be absorbed. The one thing I'd just be aware of is the SPY. All right, we keep wicking the previous day high. We cannot get above it, and you're into a supply zone on the SPY. So just be aware of that. All I'm saying, don't be expecting too much more upside today. If we end up like breaking out and going upside, it's great, but don't expect it. Because our expectation today, remember, was a range rotation. If we get more than that, great. Our expectation was a range rotation. I'm going to have to fucking close Ninja and restart this. This is pretty upsetting here. Let's try this again. See if we can get that 5-minute chart working. It was fine all morning. I just looked over now and it's bathroom break obviously ruined it. Back to this grey box again. So if you lose this, you've got those levels below. For me, I lack edge in this market right now, so it's a leave alone for me at this moment. I think it's better for Ninja Trader. I think Ninja Trader is cleaner for it. And it's fucked. It's absolutely fucked it. 2 days in a row. I have to build a new chart. How can I do that? Sorry, folks, I'm just trying to think out loud how I'm going to do this. This is what I had to do the other night. Duplicate. What do I have on here? Still holding that grey box. I can sell, like, so awkward question. Yes, my course is all you need, for sure, but I'm sure there's plenty of other people out there who are also really good. I don't want to, you know, oversell. But yeah, I just launched a new course. It's on sale right now because it's a launch price, so it's $299 with code launch. You have to put it in capitals. $299 with code launch, but everything's in there that you need. But again, no pressure. No pressure to do it. Give me a second here, folks. I'm just trying to figure out if I can get this 5-minute chart fixed. Still holding that grey box. You can see we're starting to build thicker and thicker volume. So I'd be less and less interested to see how the profile's now moved up as well. You want to be careful with this POC now. Everything's moving up. I don't like this for buyers at the moment. I think it's getting more and more dangerous. Mo, I think you're still in chat. What I'm finding is when I build a new chart, it gets rid of all those problems. Have you had something like that happen? I mean, I think I've fixed it just by building a new chart each time. Footprint. Okay. Yeah, that fixes it. Bizarre. Only with other footprint indicators, but not this one. But I reinstalled NT. Okay. You can see, like, it keeps offering me this F5 update. I saw you messaging me about that this morning. Maybe I'm going to have to get that figured out. Doesn't like something. Okay, so coming back into this box, you're starting, this is what I say, I don't like it the more you visit it. You're starting to build out this now. That's going to become a problem. And we're into thin levels, so it's looking more and more ugly by the second, I would say this right now. I wonder if it's a data issue or something. Data series. Sorry, team, bear with me. Bear with me. There we go. I think it's a data series issue. If there's too much, if I have too much data series, too much going back, it's a problem. I think that's what it is. Good to know. At least I know what fixes it. Let me save this now. Sorry, team. All right, I'm back. Sorry, team. I had to focus on that a minute. Can you please explain the table top right? I think I just did, right? Lower time frame, higher time frame. Higher time frame at the moment is trying to move back up to 500, right? That's why it's bullish. Lower time frame is in a bear market because we're starting. I mean, this will flip backwards and forwards, but we're starting to lose these levels, all right? And if we start to lose this, there might be a bigger drive. This will flip back bullish once it gets back above here. If we go into a liquidity building stage, it's where the time frames are not necessarily aligned, and we might move. Where's my back down into here? Okay, that will go into a liquidity building stage where the market's building volume for the next leg. Yeah, I think that's wise, Mo. I think that's might be why. Did I close my trade? Yeah, out ages ago, man. If that was for me. No, not with the new course, unfortunately, because the order flow and volume profile course is very, very focused on teaching you volume and order flow. It might be that you've done someone else's course or you've been around for a long time, and so that you understand structure and how you think the market works based on how. That's not to say like I think one way, you think the other, I'm right, you're wrong. There's lots of ways of interpreting it, but it's more like a supplement for people, and I'm adding to it every day. But the beginner to advanced course makes, in my mind, is 20 hours of knowledge to make sure you understand all my teachings on like what I'm looking at and why, and the order flow and volume profile just adds to that. So the Discord is with the 20-hour course. I know that might not be advantageous for some of you, but it just means that everyone in the Discord is trading the same way. If I did it for the order profile or volume profile and order flow course, it would mean your interpretation might still be different to other people. So that's the only reason. That's the only reason. I did think about doing it with it, and I was like, it might cause issues in Discord where people will be looking the other side of the trade too much, but all the courses are on flowzonetrader.com. Everything's there. You can click the links above, like Nightbot's posted it. Learn that little post from Nightbot. Learn to trade 20-hour course. Discord indicators 649. That's one-time fee, 20-hour course, and Discord for lifetime and private education we do in there as well. It's just a one-time fee. The order volume profile and order flow course is currently on sale. I've only just launched it this week. $299, right, with code launch in capital. You get cheaper access, Eddie. You get a heavily discounted access. But again, guys, like before you go and spend your hard-earned money, make sure you like how I trade and teach. All right, like go through my free lessons. Make sure you like not just how I trade on here and how I see it. Make sure you like how I teach, because if you're going to sit there and watch me for 20 hours or 6 hours, and you've spent money, you better like how I teach. Otherwise, it's just pissing money down the drain. I don't want you guys to be unhappy. So. Would I need the beginner to get volume profile trading? No, you can do the volume profile and order flow course if you just want that. You don't need to do the beginner to advance. I advise people do. If you're trying to think how to explain this. If you're new to trading, my advice would be to do my beginner to advanced course, all right, first, so that you've got a good basis of understanding. If you're not going to do mine, that's also fine. But go and find someone who's going to teach you properly, like how to read price, how to read volume, how to read market structure, what you're looking at, why the market moves. Understand why the market moves. Then go and do volume profile and order flow trading. If you just do that, with no understanding of the market, it is just you're gonna be like, what? I don't know what I'm looking at, right? So if you're new, you don't have to do it with me. Like I said, I've got free stuff on YouTube. Go and do it with someone else if there's another mentor or whatever you like. Like, no shade, no offense taken. It's all good. It's really important you guys spend money only on good products, only on people that you like, as in their teaching way, their pedagogy. No, Jonathan, I'm sorry. I only have so many hours in the day I'm available, mate. I can't. I'm a one-man band here. I can't make another Discord for the new course. Six-figure trader consistently, and yeah, my results are going to the Discord all the time. How do I get order flow and VP with Discord? Yeah, you would have to do the big. Unless I change it, but I just think it's not fair on the other people. It will just cause confusion. I'm not. Look, guys, this isn't for me about making money. This is about being respectful and consistent with the guys who are already students, who are already in the Discord, so that they're, at the moment there's like, I don't know, 150 plus of them. They all trade the same way. They are all looking for the same setups. We have a very small but close community that look after each other. If I start doing it where people just do volume profile and order flow trading and are coming in, their understanding is going to be totally different. It's going to shake other people out of trades, and that is always, in my opinion, when Discords start to go to shit. I don't want that. I want everyone looking after each other, trying to trade in the same direction and being supportive. So that's the only reason, guys. It's the only reason. And I've been part of plenty of Discords on my way up. I've been mentors on Discord where the main guy in Discord is full of shit and it caused major issues, so I left. That's how this whole thing started. What level is the big seller at? Well, the big buyer got trapped up here. All right, this is the level the big buyer got trapped up. So it's impressive that they held this dip, to be honest. I got caught monologuing here and talking to you, but we held IB, we reclaimed POC, we've reclaimed this shelf. They just need to take this out now and just be careful. But they're trying to do this move here. But we have this big player like we talked about on Bookmap. You will see him. I'll pull it up so you can see him. All right, this guy's still stuck. This is the guy who's in pain. This orange box that we talked about earlier. This 850 lot who got stuck at 25,409.5, and then under him 129 lot. So basically 402 to 409, right? Just call it 400 to 410 is the buyers who are stuck. If they get let out, then look, they're trying to lift it. You can see they're trying to lift it and let price come up right now. So they're trying to get up to 415, 430, 450. It's where they want to drive to, but these guys have got to get out of money first. In the money first, sorry. They're trying, though. They're definitely trying. Last two candles trapped sellers at 94s, that's for sure. I've missed the long entry, man. I've like talking to you guys. I've already missed it, unfortunately. It was probably down here. I haven't even looked, but I'm sure down here some shorts just got caught. Yeah. Yeah. That transition there, if we go to low time frame. Yeah, that was it. That was it. Repricing this sell side imbalance. This purple level here. Big heavy selling down into it. Sellers caught at the lows, transitioned, held their pain point. That was the entry was there. I got caught talking to you guys about other stuff, unfortunately. This is what happens, unfortunately, when I talk about other stuff and then I lose focus, and now I've missed a trade opportunity. So the only other trade opportunity now would be a breakout and pullback into this zone. You'd need aggressive breakout and a pullback to hold the top of this to get up into there. That is probably the worst location of the day, but you are with momentum. But remember, these guys are all stuck. It needs to be an aggressive breakout and a pullback that holds this level, and your location is terrible, but that's the only thing left. Otherwise, like I said, I don't like shorts, even though you're building this, because this is the weekly point of control that's been developing. This is the level where they will keep holding. So we talked about this numerous times. This is why I'm not short biased today. Higher time frame. You see this right here? Here's your profile. Right, they can keep holding this. They might fail up here, but they can keep absorbing this. So I wouldn't want to be short biased really until we do that. Gold new highs, yeah. It's gonna, like I said, like we talked about last few mornings, that thing will pump once it's built enough liquidity up. Why does ES do the same thing as NQ? Does ES have those big players stuck as well? Always confuse me. Why does it or why doesn't it? I mean, if we're moving like well weighted, right? If today is a day, let's get this up, where most of the market's rebounding, which is what we are seeing. All right. So if we look at the breadth today, all right, not much red, like a bit of energy. But if we were going to think about ES, if we were going to have a big divergence day, well, you'd expect finance to be down or healthcare to be down. We're not. So if we think about all of this, the top 500, everything's green. What's really green? Tech. So Microsoft, Nvidia, Google, Meta, Tesla, Amazon. All right, Mag 7, big green, 60% of the NQ heavily weighted, 40% of the ES. So still going to be positive. Apple, green but not great. But the finances and healthcare, where you might traditionally see some weakness in a divergence day if ES was weak, well, you're not seeing it. So the breadth is good. Everyone's moving upside today. No, my education does not come from ICT concepts. Although I don't think all his concepts are bad, but they're not accurate. Head and shoulder, I mean, it's too early to say. I can see what you're looking at, but the drift at the moment is higher. I've missed the buying opportunity here. Unfortunately, got caught monologuing, so I've missed my an extra 50 points here. I'm not going to chase it. Otis, I went through the course, switched to micros, watched all the videos you shared yesterday, and I'm back to green today. I'm just trying to be 1% better each day. Thanks, Alex. Nice work, Otis. Congratulations, mate. That's all you can do, right? Each day, even me, it never stops. It's 1% better each day. Compound, 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 compound. Just 1% better. That might be one less trade a day. It might be, waiting longer than you normally wait. It might be attacking that one trade which is A plus that little bit more. It might be ignoring subpar setups. It might be you're the guy that takes random trades because you get bored and not doing that anymore. All you got to do is 1% better each day, and over the course of your career it will really start to make a difference. No, I live in Los Angeles. Is the trading view order flow indicator sufficient for volume trading, or do we need Bookmap? The trading view one's fine. I think it's really good. Like, I genuinely think it's very, very good. Yeah, you can see them. They probably lift, but remember, we still got that trap player. If we come up to tens, look at this, 564 delta. He's still there at 10. So they need to get above 10 and sweep all this out, right? That's what they're trying to do. They need to get above 10. That player's still stuck at 10. If they let him out, we'd probably do like a little swipe up, 15, 20, maybe 30, and then probably settles back down and sees what he wants to do. But it's too late now. I'm not buying up here. Like the bid was down at the 50s, the trap underneath, like the low volume node bid, the reclaim bid. Like the bid was here, that little trap into here. We always talk about these low volume nodes that work as good traps into that blue. Breakout sellers came in here, got absorbed. There's your micro head and shoulders, and they're trying to do this pop. This is the final target that they want, but they're going to run these stops here if they can. But yeah, good eyes, Adam. Like you can see them just refreshing up there. But if I had been long off that low, I would have already sold a chunk of my position here. And the next swipe that we have through, if they run the stops, I'll be selling a chunk more. But I'm not in a position. I got caught fucking talking about Discord, got in the way of my trading. Giveaway time, is it that time? Yeah, 15 minutes. Is that the only reason you guys are here? All the free education, all the call outs to give, but we're just here for an Apex account. We don't care. We don't want to learn. Give us a free account. Do I have any videos of mine that I'd recommend watching? Yes. What are the best videos I'd say to watch? Watch all my. If you go on my YouTube, there'll be like a slate on like learning to trade and volume profile. I haven't done one on order flow yet. I will get to it next year. All right. So if you go to my YouTube and bring this in. All right, I would start. I don't know if you're new or like what level you are, but come down into here. Trading strategy and education. I would make your way through these, but the really good ones to watch are here: volume and market profile. All right, to understand key levels, I'd watch that, and then it all depends what level you're at. But this one's very good. The one on anchored VWAP's really good. The one on Wyckoff, so you can understand traps. There's tons, man. There's so much in here. But yeah, just there's tons. Honestly, there's so much there. I don't know what level you're at, so I don't know what you need to learn. But I would focus on understanding key levels. Wyckoff, even the 21 EMA. People don't understand how useful just how basic EMA is to showing you if price is caught up to good value or if we're way too extended. If we're way away from EMAs on any time frame, that should be telling you if we're long, right? Let's say like we're up here, price is up here, and we're way away from these flow zones, and the flow zones are still here. You don't want to buy because we're expecting a pullback into flow zones, pullback into deep pullback flow zones. All right, when we're accelerating away, it's normally a squeeze. You want to wait for the pullback in for a continuation trade. Basics like that can, even if you're trading volume profile and order flow, however you're trading, they can set you up really well for understanding like where is value on what you're looking at. Not new, but I'm always happy to watch and repeat. Thanks. Hey, good for you, man. This is my software, yeah, Emma. This is the Flowzone Pro system, so it's all on here. So you get like a free version of this when you do the beginner to advanced course, or you can upgrade to this version if you want. It's totally up to you, and I also have it available for NinjaTrader. But if you're just going to start and you don't want to spend money, I would advise put a 21 EMA on your chart. There's a free video I did on the power of the 21 EMA. Watch that video of how to use a 1 and a 5 minute 21. Watch the video on Bollinger Bands. If you don't understand Bollinger Bands on daily profiles, how important they are, watch that video, completely free again. There's tons there, man. Can you promote my YouTube on your YouTube channel? Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy for you to do that. I don't know if you're able to do that, how it works, but yeah. Troy says, yeah, the 5 minute 21 and the 200 video is excellent for newer traders. Also, volume profile. There you go. And Cap's in the 21 EMA video is really good. I still use it on my chart on that one. And the VWAP video. I use 1450 and 200. Yeah, I mean, whatever works for you. I'm very similar. And there's like, if you do like this is completely free, right? This indicator here that I made, right? The Trend Friend Pro. Right, this is based on 5 minutes. It's very simple. 200, 21, in between we don't touch. Once we reclaim 21, you're a go for upside. All right, that's free. There's a video on that as well. It's completely free. You can download it. All right, so I'm not asking you to spend your money doing my course. Like, do the course if you like how I teach and you want to further your knowledge. But there's, like I said, make sure first you have the capital to do the course if you're going to do it. All right. Don't be getting into debt. I did a post on that the other day on Instagram. I'm concerned in America about the amount of people spending on credit and in debt right now. It's not good. Right, we're coming back for these 400 and 410s. There's a refresh seller keep coming in here. Once he moves out the way, they might let those balls out. You've got relative weakness in SPY right now. Be very, very careful. Like I said, I would not be a buyer up here. You are asking for it. You are buying the worst price of the day. What is this indicator? It's the Flow Zone Pro. Or this one or the other one. This is Trend Friend Pro. This is Flow Zone Pro. It's a big area here, this 90. It's really thick. Really, really, really thick here. You can see the profile building out here. Really thick. Yeah, exactly. Relative weakness. And SPY cannot get through that previous day high, and it's back under the 80. If we lose 80, like we talked about, I can't remember, one of you was looking for longs on SPY. You know, you need to watch IB high, 5-day and 20 days, both at 678.50, which is also your sort of 9:30, 10 a.m. high. So I'd be watching for SPY if it wants to trade back into that range and hold. VWAP starting to catch up there as well. So I'd imagine into that kind of range. Maybe they find a bid, but, you know, I'm going to keep repeating myself. Remember, today is an inside day. Our expectation was rotation. Right, the max I think we would go to today is 500, but the expectation is rotation. But like, if we break out of here, let's just think about how much liquidity we've built and where we could go. I'm going to do 2 types of fibs today. So let's look at this. No, let's look at you. If we break out of this range, all right, so 200% or the 100% move will almost get us there. If we look at the initial balance today, all right, 2x initial balance will get us there. And if we look at a pullback one, let's looking at that opening range as well. Opening range is bang on the money as well for 100% move of the opening range. And the last one I just want to have a quick look at is if we do one of these. Okay, so 618. So there's good confluence to get up there if they can catch a bid. It's a big if, but they are doing their best right now. But if they keep trying up here and getting stuck, they're going to get in trouble. But you can see point control shifted up here now. We're not finding acceptance over values, but this is starting to look like a potential trend day, isn't it? Look at this. So if they can get over here, this is possible. It's what they're trying to do. But that 410 player, he is the problem right now. The guy who got stuck in this wick up here is your problem. I wouldn't be playing breakouts in this market. Yeah, because if you're playing, it doesn't mean it doesn't work. But if you look at the hourly chart, look at where you're buying. Look at the current week profile. Look at the hourly chart. Look at where you're buying. Where are you guys? Yeah, it means if you're going to buy 410, you're buying the edge of this shelf, right? And they might just poke it and slam it in your face because here's your swing, right? The buys were here, here, and here. It doesn't mean it can't do it, but you got to ask yourself, is it a good buy? Are you just hoping price moves high? Are you like, oh, I really want it to do that? Is it a good buy? That was a good buy. That was a good buy. That was a good breakout buy. That was a good breakout buy. That is not a good breakout buy. Even if it does it, from a technical standpoint, what you are going to do, let's say you get rewarded on that trade. You trade 410. Let's say you get the 90 points to 500. Let's just say you get it. You're going to do that the next time, and it's going to flush on you. You'll be like, fuck, because you're training your brain to do something you probably shouldn't do. In my mind, anyway. But each their own. You got to trade your own book, your own system. Back into this guy. So if they get through this, 415, 420 is on the book. They are adding. Look, 415 just left. So 410 is a problem. Remember, if you were stuck at 410, if you bought 575 lots at 410, you're probably going to start unloading some. Carla, what I'd look, if we got to 500, what I'd look for is a break above and a drop underneath, and then using it as resistance. All right, so if you want to play that short up at 500, if we got there, what I'd be looking for is something like this, where trap buyers come in and then failing underneath and then using that for the downside move back to 4. Yeah, that's possible, but you need them to get trapped above. You don't want to just, if we just do one of these, you don't want to be slamming in short here. You've got to let it trap, come underneath, roll over. Don't be front side. Do not be front side. I know you have said you can see the order flow in different areas. Which is the easiest to read for you? It's a really good question. I think Footprint I'm starting to enjoy more and more. Traditionally, I've only ever used Bookmap, but I am actually really enjoying Footprint. Bookmap, the difference with Footprint and Bookmap, on the Footprint, I can't see the levels above, right? And I can't see when people are spoofing and people are legit selling and any of that. You can't see it. Whereas on Bookmap, I can see it. And you could get that data on level 2 on the DOM, but like I say, the DOM, unless you're watching it with like an eagle eye, all right, then you're not going to see when someone's on and pulls and ons and pulls. Like this guy at 410 has just come on. If he moves down to 405, now he's moved up to 420. I wouldn't see that on the level 2. It's moving too quick. But I can see it really quickly and easily on Bookmap. Jason, I would say that's probably true of much. So that 410 player, they didn't let him through, did they? All right, so that 410 player, he's still stuck up there, and he's probably the guy starting to dump. He's probably like, fucking get me out of this. Why did I buy that high of day? What an idiot. Now he's like, okay, I'm gonna dump. And what you had there is more people coming in. If you look at Bookmap, 61 lot, 50 lot, 20 lot, 11 lot, 7 lot. So their pain right now is 405. So sellers' jobs now is to stay heavy versus 405, 410. That's the seller's job. Seller's job is to leave these guys boxed in above this little node. All right, sellers will desperately want to do this, this, and this. All right, buyers will desperately want to do this. That's the battle. Coming into lunch, we are going to do a giveaway at lunch. Show my setup. Yeah. All right, this is the big player. Sellers starting to be aggressive here versus that player at 405, 410. ES coming back down to the level. Can't remember which one of you was watching it. ES starting to do that drift back down into initial balance. All right, so you got IB, 5-day, 20-day, VWAP, pivot, all are between 855, 850 on the ES. All right. You can see I've just been still. Like the only possible buy opportunity I'd say was this here when I got caught talking about Discord. Since then, I don't think there's edge right now. I don't think there's edge in the market right now. Well, Spy's lost that little shelf, but if you look underneath, look at the 9:30, 10 a.m. drive, look at your New York VWAP, look at the 5-day, look at the 20-day, look at the initial balance. All right, it can absorb in those levels. That's what's going to be tricky about today is the rotations. We can drop a little bit, we can absorb, we can go back and back test. I don't think you're going to get a big trend move today, but we've had a decent move out already, right? Like, I mean, just bear in mind the NQ's up 490 points right now. No, would I long on this pullback on GC? Oh, have we taken liquidity? Big rejection. No. All right, so you've rejected daily players. You've got three wick highs up here on daily. You caught a bid over this move. Your rotation is between here right now. You've built volume here. Bulls are currently stuck at 400 and over. So you actually want this to drift down here and hold for a safer buy before it does anything else. Yes, you're holding the deep flow zone pullbacks, but yeah, I would be looking for this and see if they find a bid here, or get back over this block here into 400 and POC and leave sellers trapped underneath here, and then maybe, but you're gonna have to take profit into this move because it's a strong rejection up there. But that's what I'd be watching, either here or a reclaim. All right, into lunch we go, folks. Let's do a giveaway. How did I get into trading? Watch the podcast I did with Austin, but I almost did this as a job in my 20s. I went in and interviewed at Deutsche, Morgan, everywhere. Got offered a job and then ended up having a pretty good career in music. So didn't do it and then come back to it. Yeah, guys, it's delayed. I think it's about 6 seconds. Unfortunately, it's the quickest. I've got it set to the quickest thing possible. If it could do no delay, I would do no delay. I've got it set to the quickest thing possible. It's not for my benefit. It's how YouTube do. If you watch any streamer, they can't do it quicker than that. So I think it's 6 seconds, but if they've sped it up, they've sped it back up. No, I'm not looking for a long now. Like, we've got 3 drives. 3 drives with the same players trapped, and we're leaving this. I'm not really interested. I think we've hit target for the day. I don't think there's much to do. Like, if they lose this, they're going to trade back inside. I'm not interested in all this today. Like, we've made our money, folks. Like, my job is to take high probability trades when it's there. I'd rather let this build out liquidity for the rest of the day now. Let's do a giveaway. Let's get that set up. Yes, remember, if you spam the giveaway, Nightbot just pulls you out. So when I set it up, you only need to type it once. All right. I'm going to tell you. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm going to give away an Apex account. Okay, just type FCT in chat. That's all you got to do. And we'll randomly draw someone. No worries, Zach. No worries, mate. And we give away an Apex account. So if you want to support the channel, if you use FCT at Apex or most prop firms, pretty much every prop firm, other than Take Profit, you can type Flow Zone in. But I do benefit from you using that code. That money goes back into equipment for the stream. Sellers are trying to step on the gas now. So ES starting to fail. IB, it's going to come back down by the looks of it into that 78.50 on SPY. That old pivot, which is VWAP 5-day, 20-day pivot high from 9:30, 10 a.m. And they will need to find a bid there. And if they find a bid there, if you are going to bid on that and they find a bid there, you need to now be aware that buyers at 5-day are trapped. So if they return back up there, you want to be selling some, right? You want to be selling some on that return back in. Think about who's trapped, where they're trapped. Right now at 5-day across the indexes, we have people trapped. So if I was going to look at ES, for example, right, you can see participants are now trapped up here. So 5-day and 20-day and pivot is here. So buyers will desperately want to hold this, all right? And then if they do hold it, you want to be selling some back into there, because if shorts do pile in and if these buyers are stuck and they say, fuck this, I want out, you're going to get a move back down. That's the rotation. And if you lose this, look out below. couple more minutes or 30 more seconds. What indicator do I have on the chart with the buy and sell signals? It is the Flow Zone Pro. Right, it's my indicator. You can get it on the course, get it on my website, flowzonetrader.com. So SPY right into that zone we just talked about. 6, 7, 850, and they're trying to find a bid there. They can't find a bid there, it's going to be in problems. All right, give you guys 10 more seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's pull a winner. My gosh, I struggled to say that. Unaguna? Have I done that right? Hopefully you support Arsenal. That's a great name if you support Arsenal. Unaguna. Great name if you support Arsenal. Are you here, Unaguna? It's rigged. I mean, there might not even be an Arsenal supporter. Just good if they are. You're here, yeah, Unaguna. Okay, cool. Unaguna, shoot me an email. info@flowzonetrader.com. Send me a screenshot of you logged into your YouTube, and I will sort you out with a free Apex account. SPY losing those levels. ES coming into its 24-hour VWAP here at 840. If they don't find a bid here, this market will go night-night. Remember, we were squeeze up. We've trapped buyers at those highs now. They will need to find a bid here or hereabouts. Otherwise, it will be night-night time market. All right, here's VWAP. Any questions, team? Any questions, team? So Unaguna, just shoot me an email. info@flowzonetrader.com. Send me a screenshot of you logged in. Do I place positions on stream? No. I mean, sometimes I'll pull it over, but I tell you before it happens what I'm looking for. I'm very, very clear. So even at the beginning of the day, I told you that I was looking for the dips in here. I told you that I was looking, when we had shorts trapped, I was looking for the trade out of here and then the little hold of that. All right, I missed this one here, unfortunately, and the hold of that. So I tell you well ahead of time. Well ahead of time. I know I have no problem buying one, but damn, I've been here since 15 people showing up. I know, it's mad, man. I appreciate all you OGs. I really appreciate you. You've been here since September last year. It's crazy how quickly it's been growing recently. Very blessed, very thankful. Very, very thankful. Any questions here, team? Otherwise, I'm going to get out of here for the day. What is this? Is this the New York Open? We're right back to New York Open here, this blue line. Right back to New York Open. So you can see this volume got left. Like I said, someone asked me would I buy here, and I was like, no, because you've had 3 drives, 1, 2, 3. They're all stuck up here, these buys. They're now starting to stop out. Here's value on the day. We can come right back to this now. If they really want to, they're going to come right away back down, because look at this reprice. Okay, they had the ability to hold this. They didn't. They can keep slamming this back down. And if we lose this level, oof, it's pretty ugly. But this is the rotation. To make it very clear, we expected rotation today. This is your inside bar. All right, we are trading inside. Where's yesterday? From here, all right. This is yesterday. We expect liquidity to be built in here just like this, right? Trade down, build liquidity, trade down, build liquidity. Bulls have a chance. They have a chance to hold. They might not do it today, but they have a chance to hold, right? But we've repriced into that level, 400. We can't get over 400, so they can't get to 5s. We're going to pull back in. Maybe they find a bid here into 162. I don't know. I have no idea at this point. And they can be very heavy with it because they've hit their target upside. Thanks, Aidan. Thanks. What time tomorrow? 9:15. Same every day, right? 9:15 Eastern time. 9:15 Eastern time. 15 minutes of pre-market we do every time. How do you join the Discord? It's you have to do the beginner to advanced course, right? It comes complimentary with that. It's just a one-time fee, 649. You do the beginner to advanced course, you get a version of the flow zones, and you get Discord for life. No monthly fee, none of that stuff. Best choice funded next challenge, Rapid or Legacy? I think the Legacy is best, personally, Eddie. I think the Legacy is good. I might be missing it, but I'm not seeing the link to the new course. Can you post a link? Yeah, no worries. There you go. That's the new course right there. Hopefully, Raph, it will come. It will come. Be nice. GC is selling too. Yep. Well, probably failed that move. Got slammed into that supply like we talked about. Could I look at gold again halfway down from the open? GC. Yeah, so that supply held up. And you've just lost it needed to hold this pivot and you've lost it. Right, so you can see this supply. Right, you needed to hold that pivot and it's lost it. It's coming down to where we last found buyers. But really, if we were going to be strong, even if we rejected this, you would have wanted to hold this top side, right? This starts to look like more like a failed breakout. So you want to be really careful now on GC. If it finds a bid, if you start rejecting this area, that can happen, right? This is the edge of that liquidity you've been building since, I don't know, 11th of December. High lows, high lows, high lows, trap, go. Slammed back down. If they reject this, we can rotate all the way back down on higher time frames. So lower time frame, you'd expect some reaction soon. We've caught bids there. Did that sweep everyone? It did. All right, so you'd want that to hold. The reaction off the highs is very strong. Swept that. I would imagine you'll find a bit of a bid soon, and what you really have to ask is, do they sell? Let's pull this out because I haven't extended this. There we go. If you fail to reclaim 365, if you fail to reclaim this, you're going to rotate back into this like pivot low. Right, and look out below if you start losing that for previous day low. If you reclaim this, there's probably a bid back into like some of this area here. You can think about like the midpoint of this range, right? If it reclaims it, right? And you'd expect this to resell. So if they hold this, or they reclaim this, once you get into here, you will probably find that bears will come back in and slam this back down, right? So that's a strong sell. At some point, they will probably bid. They need to get through this for that, maybe a 2-leg, and then they will sell it back, all right? Hopefully that helps. Very heavy. Very heavy market in rotation. You're in short since 25,397. Awesome. Well, once we lost POC, that's incredible. It's probably the best entry of the day, I'd say. Once they couldn't get back through the 410s and lost POC, fantastic entry. Fantastic entry. Sailor Red, you're a legend past Apex today. Congratulations. Congratulations. Jason, if I had not joined an inferior Discord, I'd be like Flynn. Why? Where's Flynn? Did I miss something? Alex, I started the new course last night. The production quality and material is awesome. The OG videos are great, but this is next level. Yeah, thanks, man. I was thinking that I might have to go redo all that old course at some point. I don't know if I've got 20 hours in my life to re-record and do it all. Do I have any videos lessons with supply and demand levels? Yeah, I think so. I think so. Let me have a look. I'm pretty sure it's been a while since I've looked. Let's have a look. There's one on how to draw key levels. So I'm just trying to read them all to see where. Session volume profile, that probably has it in as well. Man, there's so many videos here. Breakout trade setups probably has it in as well. Reversal trades probably has it in as well, because they will all trade off key levels. You need help with a purchase? Have you emailed me? Where have you emailed me? What's your email? I can't see anything. Unless you're J Styles. Check my spam in case it's gone there. This is Truth No Hate. Let me know your email so I can search for it, mate. Otherwise, I don't know what to do. Give you a minute to reply here. Yeah, I can see your one, Unaguna. I can see your one, but someone's saying that I need to check my emails because they've had a problem with a purchase. There's nothing there. So I don't know what to say there. Okay, into this grey box again. We just talked about. That big player from 5175's down there again. That same player. All right, guys, I'm going to go. I'm not seeing a response from this guy, so it makes me think maybe it's not right. Those in Discord, I'm going to pop in this afternoon. Let me get a coffee, walk my dog, all that good stuff, get off the screens, and we will be back tomorrow. Let's close out this week strong. It's been a really good week since we left that shitty balanced range that we were in for 2 weeks. So it's been much, much nicer to trade. Surprise, surprise. Tomorrow, though, we're going to be very careful because tomorrow we have issues with carry trade, we have OPEX, and I expect after that lighter volume and final day of roll. So we're going to be careful, all right? Trade safe, use hard stops, all that good stuff. You can see the rotation is taking place, right? Still protecting previous day's value, but shorts now can potentially have control, leaving these buyers stuck. So we have to see how you act once you get back into there. If you get back into there, you might not even get there. And peace and love, everyone. Take care. Look after yourself. See you tomorrow morning, 9:15. Remember, 9:15. That's when you want to turn up so that you can see what I'm looking at for the day. Take care.